Triatel is a telecommunications company that serves over 10 small communities.
And just because you live in a small community doesn't mean that you can't get good service.
For me, it's really important to be able to work remotely here in the country.
If you live in the Triatel service area and you're looking for a good, reliable, high-speed internet connection, we've served our members for 65 years and we're going to be serving you long into the future.
Hey farmers, don't have the time or the means to haul your corn to market? Contact Derek or Phil at NewGen Energy. They are receiving corn 6 days a week, and every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is Farmers Only Haul Day. Located in Marion, South Dakota, NewGen Energy also sells distillers and corn oil. Call 605-648-2100 for all your corn needs, and check out their website at newgenmarion.com. That's NUGEN Marion.com.
A better you starts closer to home, with people who understand your way of life and belong to your community. Primary care providers at Horizon Health know you and know how to help you stay well. We're here to keep you healthy and care for you through every stage of life, so you can keep doing what you love and make every day a better one. Schedule an appointment at horizonhealthcare.org.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
It might be time for you to strongly consider leasing bulls from Jorgensen Land and Cattle. Here's Cody.
Well, it's a really good option to acquire some excellent genetics for an affordable price. It's become really popular. When you first hear about lease bulls, sometimes it may frighten a person. So this is a different ballgame. You know, there's a genetic program behind these bulls. These are bulls that have a genetic program and really are designed genetically to very nice calves.
Call 1-800-548-BULL.
At Lesterville Feed and Grain, they pride themselves on offering top-notch products at competitive prices. Whether you're looking for feed for your livestock or grains for your crops, they have you covered. And with their market bids, you can rest easy knowing you're getting the best deal possible. But it's not just about the products, it's about the service. Their knowledgeable staff is there to help answer any questions you may have and provide expert advice to help you succeed in your farming endeavors.
Scheels All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Scheels, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
Dr. Kelly Tobin and staff at Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic are proud supporters of high school athletics. When it comes to large and small animal health, look to Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic. They understand how important your livestock is to you and will give you service that you can depend on. Call 539-1040. That's 539-1040. Rolling Hills is located on Dakota Avenue, across from Farm Bureau in Wessington Springs. Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home, now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
The heart of farming season is coming up, and Caton International is your HIH dealer in Crofton, Nebraska. Caton International offers top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is there to help with any maintenance or repairs you may need, so you can focus on what you do best, farming. And don't forget to check out their website for the latest deals and promotions. Whether you're in the market for a new piece of equipment or just need some replacement parts, Caton International has you covered.
We travel in packs. Fearless first-timers and go-getters. Sightseers and mudslingers. Trail conquerors and adrenaline junkies. We believe great rides deserve great company. And wherever the ride takes us, there's always room for one more.
Experience the enduring legacy of Castlewood Farms Elevator, a farmer-owned cooperative that has served the ag community for more than a century. Dedicated to enhancing efficiency and offering superior services, they provide a comprehensive range of crop nutrition, protection products, commercial fertilizer, and livestock feed. Visit CastlewoodElevator.com or give them a call today. Your ultimate destination for agriculture needs is Castlewood Farmers Elevator.
Discover a piece of Americana at Cohn's Corner, a renowned 1920s rural gas station turned firearm haven in the upper Midwest. Since 2004, their updated store has preserved nostalgia with gas pumps and snacks for travelers alongside a selection of 2,500 firearms. Purchase in-store or through Charlie for global delivery. They buy single guns, entire collections, and offer trades. Whether you're a collector or looking to sell, they've got you covered. Cohn's Corner, proud sponsor of Castlewood Youth Athletics and Events.
At Heartland State Bank, our customers are at the center of everything we do. Heartland State Bank is a family-owned community bank and here for you.
It's the 92nd Annual State Amateur Baseball Tournament here on LiveTicket.Tv. It is Championship Sunday as we begin here at noon on the Class A side. The Renner Monarchs take on the Sioux Falls Brewers. Those two teams have combined for the last 10 out of 11 state titles, and one of them is going to claim it again. It's also last year's matchup where the Brewers defeated Renner last year 14-4. While we have a quick chance before we get to our first pitch between the Brewers and the Renner Monarchs, let's meet both the teams and take a look at how they got here. We'll begin with the Sioux Falls Brewers and their starting lineup for today. Leading things off will be number 22, Riley Johnson. Batting second, number 7, Sam Bayer. Batting third, number 81, Sam Siegel. Batting fourth, number 23, James Borges. Batting fifth, number 2, Ian Strum. Batting sixth, number 34, TJ Miller. Batting seventh, number 24, Drew Sokup. Batting eighth, number 33, Jack Sutton. And batting ninth, number 4, Joe Colbeck for the Sioux Falls Brewers. And right there you can see their lineup a little bit more. We'll get more into that as we get along here in the broadcast today. On the opposite side, Renner. Let's take a look at their starting lineups for today. Leading things off, number 24, it will be Ben Erke. Batting second, number 1, JT Mix. Batting third, number 29, Jackson Rosencrantz. Batting fourth, number 30, David Borchard. Batting fifth, number 10, Aiden Ladd. Batting sixth, number 6, Adam Durfee. Batting seventh, number 17, Ryan Hander. Batting eighth, number 21, Max Baggs. Batting ninth, number 12, Chaz Palmer. And getting the start on the bump today is Jeremiah Much, who will get the start for the Renner Monarchs. Monarchs come in 16-5 overall when it comes to their season. Again, this has been going on now the past 2 weeks on the Class A side, where they got things wrapped up just the other day at Drake Field before making their way over to semifinal baseball here at Cadwell Park. And again, as you can see there on the graphic presented to you by Shields, they were able to defeat Brookings and Aberdeen here in the state tournament before defeating the Sioux Falls Flying Squirrels 5-2 to get to this championship game. On the opposite side, the Brewers, again, taking a look at their state tournament run. They have had one defeat, but they were able to officially get their spot here against defeating Sioux Falls Squirrels 10-8. Otherwise, they have had some pretty handily victories. And also for the Brewers, one thing about them is they get a lot of runs across the plate. So it's going to be maybe a high explosive offensive game when looking at these two teams. Again, taking a look at the Brewers and Renner, as we just mentioned, Jeremiah gets the start on the bump for Renner. Where on the opposite side, it is Jack Sutton who gets the start on the bump today for the Brewers. These two teams, not only have we talked about them meeting up here in Championship Sunday, but have also met up twice this season. both times it has been in a 10-run rule game, both splitting 1-1 the mark. So you could say this is to decide all the marbles on this championship Sunday. Coming up in game number 2 on the Class B portion, Platte takes on Del Rapids PBR. Platte was able to defeat Dimmick Emery last night 4-0, and then in extra innings, Del Rapids PBR punched their ticket, beating Garrettson 5-3. Look forward to that matchup again coming up after this one right here on LiveTicket.Tv. LiveTicket.Tv has been your exclusive home for streaming all the games here at Drake and Cadwell Park. Again, let's get to my broadcast partner for this afternoon, Cole Larsch. I've called many a games with Cole alongside next to me. Cole, it's good to be back with you. What should we be expecting on this Class A side between the Brewers and the Monarchs, two teams that are very familiar with themselves and also being in this position?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say two teams that have seen each other multiple times. They've played against each other not only multiple times this year, but also in years previous. They've played, it seems like, all the time. And then it's also two teams that have a lot of experience playing here at Cadwell Park in these championship-type games. I think what we're going to see some really good pitching, and then just about at the flip of a switch, you're going to see both offenses explode, and that's where you're going to get a lot of your runs. Should be a pretty close contest as well, I believe. Should be a pretty good ball game here at noon.
Today's pregame sponsor is brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance. For more than 65 years, they have been ensuring a brighter tomorrow by investing in the rural communities while protecting what matters most to you. Getting the final warm-up pitches, a quick look as we see the battery out there, and the first batter stepping into the batter's box. The Brewers will be in the blue uniforms with the white pants, and Renner in the black jerseys with neon lettering and numbers with the outline, wearing their white pants. Again, it will be Riley Johnson, the center fielder, leading things off here for the Sioux Falls Brewers as the first pitch comes in just past 12:05. It's up for a ball, and 1-0 begins the count.
Riley Johnson comes into the tournament 4-19 on the year. I'm interested to see what he's done this tournament.
Fouls this one off. The count is 1-1. Again, I also want to give a shout out to our producer, Jody Brozick, Charlie Preen, our cameraman, for this game number 1 of Championship Sunday. Has all accumulated to this moment here. It started way back in the middle of April, and these teams have been battling to get to this moment ever since. The 1-1 popped up in foul territory, and Hander will glide underneath it in foul territory for out number 1, and there's one away here in the top of the first.
Yeah, very quick out right there. Exactly what you want if you're Renner on the mound defensively. You want to get this team out of there quick, and you want to limit their bat power.
Sam Bayer will step up to bat. By the way, the Monarchs do have Jeremiah again as pitcher. He is considered their ace pitcher, or at least I'll say this much. He has pitched the most for this team by far this season. Does have a record overall of 5-2. Has given up 28 hits. He has struck out 82. .783 ERA, a .004 whip. Those are almost MLB numbers. Those are better than some MLB pitchers. 1-0 in for a called strike. 1-1 the count.
And your batter again, Sam Bayer. On the tournament so far, he's had 22 plate appearances, 15 official at-bats. He's batting .333 with 5 hits, 1 single, and 4 doubles, including 5 RBIs.
This one outside. 2-1 the count with 1 out. Again, nobody aboard for the Brewers. As I mentioned in the pregame, these two teams have ran by each other twice this season, splitting during the regular season. They did not meet in any prelim games here to get to this moment during the state tournament. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the opposite side of Class A, if you will. We can see losses and still make it to this championship game.
It is a double elimination tournament.
Thank you, Cole. The 2-2. This one, a ground ball as Mix runs up on it, off his back foot, and it's going to be in safely. Count a hit for Sam Bayer. And there is 1 aboard for the Brewers.
Yeah, just a solid piece of hitting, just a soft little grounder up the middle, and kind of played a little goofy off the infield. You know, it's gotten 12 straight days of work, the infield grass, the infield dirt, so might see a couple weird hops today. But roll base hit.
Sam Siegel will step up now to bat, the first baseman for the Brewers. And thought about going that time was Sam over there at first. First pitch is popped up, chasing after it, looking around, and an impressive catch by Durfee, the third baseman. 2 outs by pop-ups on opposite side, foul territory, and there's 2 away.
And that's a big batter to get out because just in this tournament and the 5 games that the Brewers have played, Sam Siegel, 27 plate appearances, 18 official at-bats, batting .556 with 10 hits, a homer, and 10 RBI, including 8 walks. Big guy to get out there.
James Borges will step up. Again, nice job by Durfee, the third baseman. He was looking around. He didn't know exactly where he was. He looked up, looked down to make sure that he wasn't going to run anything, and then looked up again to catch the ball. Now stealing is Sam over to second. Lost ball there by the catcher, Ladd. He won the try to throw Sam out over there at second, but again, dropped the ball, and Sam slides in safely on the stolen base to second.
Yeah, they tried picking him off earlier. They knew he's got some speed over there at first base and had a pretty good lead, just a good jump that time.
Again, James Borges is up to bat, 1-0 the count. In for a called strike, 1-1.
Borges in the tournament, just 4 games played. He's got 15 plate appearances, 12 official at-bats, batting .417 with 5 hits, 3 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored.
I'd like to have those numbers here at the state tournament. This one's popped up foul. A light crowd here for the Class A side. Cole, nothing against the Class A fans, just maybe not the biggest of crowds when it comes to games here at Cadwell Park. It certainly is going to fill up, though, for game number 2. The Platte Killer Tomatoes, an amazing team with a great run here at the state tournament, taking on Del Rapids. This one hit hard, goes off the glove of the third baseman. They're going to wave Sam around, and he will score for the Brewers. 1-0. Brewers lead it early over the Renner Monarchs, and they are going to give it a hit as it went off the glove of the third baseman Durfee on the diving stop, and again could not fully stop the ball as it leaked its way out into left field. It will be a RBI single for Borges, and the Brewers lead it over Renner 1-0.
Yeah, really good start for the Brewers. You know, this is the type of offense that they've shown that they can have over the course of the tournament. They're just going to get their hits when they can, and they're going to score quite a few runs.
And good to kind of pick apart right away Jeremiah on the bump. Again, we read his numbers of a whip and ERA, both below 1. So already give up 2 hits in the top of the first. A run comes across. Brewers kind of picking apart Jeremiah in the opening stanza.
And again, shout out to the production truck, getting all these fancy angles down the line. Good shot there. You can see the batter and the runner.
We'll see if they can't get a picture a little bit more. Now a lost ball by Ladd again. This time he's looking around for it, and easily Borges will move over to second. It's overcast, not necessarily, I mean, it is considered cloudy when it's overcast, but not threatening of any rain. I know there is a slight chance until about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, they moved it to about a good chance between now and 2.
Okay. It's an update from a couple hours ago when I looked at it. 2-1. This one's popped up. It's going to go in foul territory. Giving hard chase to it is Rosencrantz, but he can't catch up to it. Out in right field. Falls foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We have seen rain at Cadwell Park. We have seen at times them suspend games for some time, and other times just a few 10 minutes. We've always been able to play baseball. On Championship Sunday, we're going to get both these games in no matter if it does rain or not. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2. This one low. Gets away again from Ladd for a moment. Cole, what's going on with Ladd here? We've seen him now drop 3 balls.
You know, I'm not exactly sure. This is not something I've seen from him all tournaments so far. And, you know, it's just maybe one of those deals just maybe it's a new glove. You never know.
And this one low and away. Ball 4. Runners on first and second. Again, going back to Jeremiah's whip. A .804, which means walks, hits, innings pitched. Technically, If you're counting that number, it's up to 3 already in the top of the first. As now stepping up to bat, TJ Miller.
So for people that may not be familiar with the whip statistic, is it better to be lower or higher?
You would want it lower.
Okay, there we go. Just asking for a friend, you know.
You see a lot of MLB guys. We're at the 1.345 mark. This one, swing and a miss. So again, TJ Miller, the catcher, the 6th batter in the lineup here for the Brewers.
TJ Miller on the tournament, 25 plate appearances, 25 at-bats, 240 batting average with 6 hits, 5 runs batted in.
Well, another one that he'll bat in as this one goes off the glove of the shortstop Bags, and Borges giving a hustle around his dive in safely. He might have dove in with that dry dirt there, took a skip before he was able to put the arm down, but he was in plenty of time. As you check it back here on the instant replay. Oh, got it. I think he thought he might slide a little bit more, but dirt slowed him down for a moment. But a nice hit there for Miller. 3 hits now in the top of the first. 2-0 Brewers lead.
Yeah, that's something you might find more commonly in the early parts of these games, as they do water the infield pretty heavily in between games. And once that agri-lime starts to dry out, you'll slide on a little better.
0-1 the count, 2 outs. The Brewers' great offensive production has soaked up the left fielder, is up to bat.
On the tournament, 20 plate appearances, 14 at-bats, 429. On the batting average, 6 hits, no runs batted in, but 5 runs scored.
Jeremiah, again, is 0-2 the count. Or excuse me, 1-1 the count as they just adjust that in for a strike. How about this? Now 1-2. He's getting up on batters, but just hasn't been able to finish off this inning.
Yeah, just can't quite seem to find the strikeout pitch, and every time he tries to get a strikeout pitch, he just seems to leave it over the plate a little bit.
Still looking for his strikeout of the ballgame. Check swing, did he go? They say yes, he did, and that was his first strikeout. But the Sioux Falls Brewers plate 2 in the top of the first, and they lead it 2-0 as we head to the bottom portion of this inning. It'll be brought to you by Elite Renovations. We're back in 90 seconds on LiveTicket.Tv.
We have an experienced lending staff for fast, local decisions. Heartland State Bank offers competitive rates and is proud to provide uptown services with a hometown touch. With 4 locations in Redfield, Tulare, Wessington, and Highmore, we aspire to support the communities we live and work in. Heartland State Bank, member FDIC.
It may seem like the smallest town in South Dakota, so how could it have everything you need when you may find yourself in the middle of nowhere? But at Canova Service Center, whatever you may need in the middle of nowhere, that's where they are. Fencing, lumberyard, hardware, oil changes, tire sales, and repair. Rental equipment, feed bunks, cattle shelters, convenience store, and more. So no, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's the Canova Service Center.
We're your local one-stop shop. This is Angela, owner and operator of Amcoda Farm and Home Center. From the DIYers, fixer-uppers, to contractors, we have what you need to get the job done. Building supplies, Valspar paint, and tools, Crystal X tubs, fencing supplies, and bog boots for your farm needs. We know how busy life can get. We offer delivery to make your life easier. Amcoda Farm and Home Center on Dakota Avenue in Wessington Springs. Big city value.
If you love being outside, solving problems, and working with your hands, apply now at James Valley Landscape Solutions. James Valley offers on-the-job training in all aspects of the green industry, with modern equipment and technology and competitive pay. Benefits include overtime pay, health care, dental, vision, and more. Apply now at jamesvalleylandscape.com or in person at 600 West Spruce in Mitchell.
Back here at Cadwell Park as it's 2-0. The Sioux Falls Brewers lead it over the Renner Monarchs. Cole Larshey's taking a look here at the weather forecast. It does look like we might have a system that is moving into the area. Now, Cole, I will say that radar shot you're looking at is looking at potential and moisture within the clouds.
True.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that moisture is going to fall to the ground.
Moisture.
Trying to give you a little bit of a...
Are you a meteorologist, Heath?
No, I didn't go to school for that portion. I skipped on the science part. It will be Ben Urke that will step up to bat, JT Mix, and also we'll see Jackson at Rosencrantz all up to bat for Renner.
Ben Urke on the tournament, 15 at-bats, batting .200 with 3 hits and 2 doubles, including 3 runs scored.
Urke fouls the second pitch off, and now the count against him, 0-2. Again, it will be Jack Sutton, the pitcher today for the Brewers. We'll get you more numbers on him in just a moment as one gets away from Miller. As Sutton, only 13 1/3 innings pitched so far this season. Now, he has pitched in 8 games, so he's more of a reliever pitcher. He does have a save, given up 6 hits, has struck out 20. 2.7 ERA, a .9 whip.
We also do have to remember that this is the Brewers' 6th game in 9 days. So maybe a little running out of arms, or maybe this is the type of game where they're going to throw 3 guys out there for 3 innings apiece.
I was going to say, maybe as they say in MLB, it's going to be a bullpen day. And sometimes bullpen days can get you some wins. And this first strikeout is brought to you by Elite Renovations for the Sioux Falls Brewers. If you're looking to update or upgrade your roof, siding, or decking, they've got you covered.
Yeah, good call there by home plate umpire John Whitcraft, who we have to give a shout-out to, is the first umpire to ever be inducted into the South Dakota High School Baseball Hall of Fame. He was honored between games yesterday, gets the designation of home plate umpire for the Class A championship.
And now we see JT mix up, and it will be a hit. They're feeling generous up here in the booth today.
Feeling generous.
As Strum got in front of it, but was not able to put it in the glove. I think it should be a hit. No, I'm not saying.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say good. I was going to say, like,
I think they all should be hits. Give them all hits.
It hit the lip of the grass and just about hit him in the head.
Cole, I will tell you on a different story about how I think errors and hits should be scored. We'll save that for a different time.
I can't wait.
As the first pitch by Rosencrantz goes foul.
Rosencrantz on the tournament has just played in 1 game. Not positive on which one. It was the game yesterday against the Flying Squirrels was the only one that he played in, according to the official tournament stats. Batted .500. He was 2 for 4 with 1 hit and 2 walks. Excuse me, he was 1 for 2. 1 hit and 2 walks.
He has played in plenty of games this season, 68 plate appearances. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Sutton kicks and fires. This one popped up in the air out to right center. Nicely caught by Colback, and Mix tagged up there. Thought about running over to first. Good relay pitch comes in. It will keep Mix over at first.
Yeah, I just want to test the arm early, get about a quarter of the way. Then if that, you basically want to get yourself close enough to second to where if the throw is off, you can get there. But if the throw is good, you can get back to first.
David Borchard, the DH, will step up to bat now for the Renner Monarchs.
He's a big stick for them this tournament. 3 games. He's got 13 plate appearances, 9 official at-bats, batting .556. 5 hits, 4 of them being singles, 1 double, 6 runs batted in.
More fans starting to file in here, getting ready for that game number 2. Class B side, Platte versus Del Rapids PBR. Platte, of course, brings a huge contingency. And there's one thing we know about Del Rapids. They are a baseball town. It seems like whether it's their high school side, little league side, or here on the amateur side, always competing for a state title. And now here goes Mix. He'll try to steal over second. Good throw, but then it's going to get past Bayer over there, who was covering at second. Mix slid in, slides safely to second, won't advance any further as we take a look back here on the instant replay.
Yeah, the catcher there just kind of Miller just kind of double clutched there, wasn't really expecting a run, and then just The throw was just a little bit low, skipped in there. Good backup there by the center fielder Johnson to keep Mix at second base, though.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Borchard, the DH, who is currently up to bat for Renner. Sutton standing tall on the mound. Shakes as he gets the signal. Looks back to second. The 2-1 kicks and fires. This one swing and a miss. A round of 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first.
You know what that means?
Deuces are wild?
Oh, I was going to say that JTU Mix taking a really big lead there between second and third. That last pitch, he was just about halfway there. But yes, deuces are wild.
2 things, if you will. The 2-2. This one did not get the strike. Sutton was ready to head back to the dugout thinking he had strikeout number 2. Count is now full.
Might see if Mix actually goes to third this time. I mean, he's just about halfway there on the pitch.
Full count pitch, and this one in, and it will actually hit Borchard. So runners on first and second. Now as Aiden Ladd will officially shed the gear of ignorance as he will step up to bat, the catcher.
The gear of ignorance, where did you get that one?
It's an old baseball term.
Whoa. Well, really?
I know Jody Brozick would love for me to say.
Is that true, Jody Brozick? The gear of ignorance?
This one, a ground ball over to shortstop, throw to first, and there is out number 3. So Renner is able to get a hit, also hit by a pitch, putting runners on first and second, but don't advance anyone further than that. And we head to the top of the second. Brewers lead it over Renner 2-0. We're back in just a moment on LiveTicket.Tv. Farmers Elevator is a proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator has been servicing the Mount Vernon area for over 75 years. See them for your agronomy and feed needs, no matter the farming season. They will take care of all your grain handling needs as well. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator would like to wish the Mustangs and all the teams best of luck at the state tournament.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Each family's needs are different and special. Will Funeral Chapel will listen with sensitivity, answer all questions, and respect your choices. The Will Funeral Chapel staff can assist you in planning and coordinating all the details. They will explain all the different options to make you feel at ease and most comfortable with all the decisions. Find out more by visiting their website at willfuneralchapel.com. Their sincerest hope is that you and your family will be comforted by their efforts. Back here at Cadwell Park, we're moving to the top of the second inning. Sioux Falls Brewers lead it over the Renner Monarchs 2-0. As Brewers did a great job offensively in the top of the first to get 3 hits. As up to bat will be Jack Sutton. The pitcher and the DH sees the very first pitch, puts it out into left field. It goes over the head of the left fielder, and that one is in for a stand-up double as Erke saw it go all the way back around 370 on the distance, not quite far enough. But the 4th hit of the ball game now for the Brewers, and they lead it 2-0.
Yeah, skipped it off the Agronomy Plus sign out there. He's going to get a really nice pen and maybe a hat from them.
I know Zach has been watching plenty of these games here on LiveTicket.Tv. As now we see Joe Kolbeck, the right fielder, who will step up to bat. He's also the last batter in the lineup before returning to the top, which means the Brewers, again, getting good offensive production.
Kolbeck on the tournament, 9 official at-bats, batting .222, 2 hits, a single and a home run.
The 0-1. Check swing. They say, yes, he did go. 0-2 now the count.
And we are also monitoring some showers in the area,
which I think we might have just saw lightning off in the distance.
What? Which way?
I thought I saw something flash off to the right side.
You mean where there's clear skies?
I could have been fooled. I'm not saying I'm absolutely right.
Huh. Maybe.
1-2 the count. Jeremiah kicks and fires. This one swing and a miss, and that is strikeout. Here in the top of the second. Here in the ball game, that is Jeremiah's second strikeout.
As we are monitoring that radar now, as you can see on your screen, heavy bands of rain to the west, but we're more concerned with what is happening to the northwest, up by Weston Springs and Woonsocket, moving down in this area. We might be able to split it.
That was the lightning I was seeing.
What was?
Over in the northwest by the Woonsocket area. Again, supposedly.
That's not northwest, though. That is east.
It was the direction you're pointing. That is where I saw it.
That is east.
Okay.
You mean where there's clear skies, except for that one little cloud over there.
Maybe that one little cloud was producing something.
Maybe.
This pitch outside on the 1-1, and it's going to advance Sutton now over to third base. As we have seen some crazy pitches here in the first two innings, is the fourth pitch that now has gotten away from Ladd of the ball game. Wait, Jeremiah is up to 32 pitches already here in the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And this one popped up in the air for Johnson. Popped up in foul territories last time up. This one goes to the second baseman mix, and there is 2 away.
You are correct. And I was going to say that one note, too, on Mauch's pitching efficiency. Considering he's given up 4 hits and 2 runs, he actually is being pretty efficient on the mound. 66% strike ratio for him. He's giving them pitches to hit, and the Brewers are capitalizing on it.
Sam Byer, the shortstop, will now step up to bat. He is 1 of 1, eventually coming around for the first run of the ball game for the Brewers. 2 outs. And another one that gets away from Ladd, and this will easily score a run. As it's kind of interesting by Ladd there.
I don't know what. This is just uncharacteristic from him almost. It's just always seems like he's been a brick wall back there behind the plate. And that one should have been easily handled. It's not like it was 7 feet outside the zone. It was maybe about 6 inches off the plate.
And then just even the attempt to run back and get it, knowing there was a guy on third, he was like, all right, it's fine with me. You come home and score.
Well, in his defense on that one, it is a deep backstop here at Cadwell. So unless you get the Mauer hop like he did in the last one that got past him and it skipped off the wall, it's going to hit that pad and basically just sit right there.
Nonetheless, on the wild pitch, another run scores for the Brewers. They lead it 3-0 now over Renner. So they've added 2 runs in the top of the first and a run in the top of the second. 2-1 the count to Byer. Again, 1 for 1 on the day. Try to frame this one up. What do you think about the balls and strikes called so far from our home plate up?
I feel like he's been very consistent back there both ways, and I think that's all you ask for him. I don't care how wide or small your zone is, as long as it's the same each way. I don't think you're going to get much complaining from either team.
3-1, fouled off.
He showed on those last 2 pitches that he wasn't going to give anything about up by the elbows or just about the letters, and no matter how far you try to pull him down, just touches the catcher. Which I believe as a hitter, they'll appreciate that a lot. Is usually you find that a pitch of the letters, you got to almost swing. That's where you get your not as good swings.
The 3-2, this one is out to center field. And Byard batting 1,000. 2 for 2 now on the ball game. As once again we see the Brewers with 2 outs, scoring runs and getting on base.
Yeah, and both those hits up the middle. As you remember back in the top of the first, he singled up the middle on a couple of weird hops to the second baseman mix. And that one just between second base and shortstop. Beautiful work by our production truck and camera crew over there. Get that shot.
Sam Siegel will step up. And just like we saw him last time, steal a base, Sam is in safely at second.
White Lightning.
0-1 the count. Again, the other Sam in this lineup, Sam Siegel, the first baseman, is in the batter's box.
He flew out in foul territory to the third base side, if you remember, for the second out back in the top of the first.
Check swing, did he go? They say no. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second for the Brewers. Malk up to 41 pitches here in the ball game. The 1-1. This one put out into right center field. That one will easily score Byer. 4-0. Siegel will get a stand-up double for his efforts. And Cole, it's all the Brew crew here in this ball game.
Yeah, and I expected this from them coming in after watching a couple of their games in the past couple of days here at Mitchell, and they're easily capable of putting up not only just 4 runs in these 2 innings, but 4 runs per inning. And they've got some pretty explosive bats on the offensive end. This is what I expected, except I expected Renner to answer with a couple on their end.
These 2 teams met last year here in the state championship game. It was the Brewers winning 14-4. And it's been a couple years now since we've last seen Renner win a state title in the Class A.
2021, I believe, is what Joe Van Gore said before the game.
The 0-1. This one right over to shortstop for out number 3 as Baggs makes a nice catch. 2 runs in the top of the first, 2 runs in the top of the second. It's 4-0 off of 6 hits. The Brewers lead it over Renner. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv.
Are you in need of high-quality lumber for your next project? Looking for top-notch agronomy services to keep your crops thriving? Need a reliable source of propane and fuel for your home or business? Look no further than Tabor Lumber Co-op. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a DIY enthusiast, Tabor Lumber Co-op has everything you need to get the job done right. And with their competitive prices and top-notch customer service, you'll be glad you chose Tabor Lumber Co-op for all your lumber, propane, and agronomy services.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
Of the second inning, the Brewers lead it 4-0. Renner and Monarchs, along with Cole Larsh, I'm Heath Nimke. I'll see if the Renner can get a little bit more offense. They did get a hit in the bottom of the first inning, also a hit by pitch, putting runners on first and second. We saw a nice job by Sutton to get out of the inning, as again, he came into this game only throwing 13 innings in the entire season. More of one of those guys that comes on relief, throws a lot of heat, and he has shown that so far. This one's going to be fouled, chasing after it into the bullpen. I don't know if I've ever seen that type of effort in years. As Soak Up, he was run, Forrest, run into the bullpen trying to get to it, lost his hat. In the end, it left the park. But going to get his steps in running that type of effort today.
I think even if he caught it in there, I don't believe it would have counted because it's a dead ball anyway.
2 balls and a strike. As Durfee is up to bat here. 2-1. This one up to 2. Excuse me, 3-1.
Durfee on the tournament, 13 at-bats. He batted .231 so far in their 3 games.
Durfee, Hander, and Bags will all step up the bat in this bottom of the second. This one low. It's the first walk given up by Sutton of the ball game, and a runner is aboard. So now Hander, the first baseman, will step into bat for Renner. With again, looking back at the bottom of the first inning, but runners on first and second, Renner did. But again, we're never able to get more offense production than that.
Infield shifting a little bit. They're playing a pretty good pull down there down the line. Third baseman Strum is just about on the line. The shortstop Byer is playing closer to third base than he is second.
Pay attention to the bullpen as well, as someone in Renner is already warming up. So they make the quick change, or they try to see if Malk can't get himself out of it. Getting where he's given up already 2 runs in each inning. Big swing and a miss, and there is out number 1. Third strikeout of the ball game for Sutton already. It's his second. I apologize.
Yep. It's all right. I forgive you, maybe.
Maddox Bags, the shortstop, will dig into the batter's box. And you'll see the very first pitch. Pop it up in the air, out to center. Johnson routine for him all day, night long.
Maddox Bags on the tournament up to that point, 13 at-bats, 0.77 in the tournament.
It's pretty good. For his batting average?
Yeah. 1 for 13.
Oh, you...
Sorry, .077.
No, I see how you said it. Yeah, I apologize. Chaz Palmer steps up to bat. I mean, that makes sense. You said it right.
You see how it's written right there?
Now I do. I didn't look over there the first time. Palmer puts this one out into left center. It's going to be dropped by Johnson, as this will be counted as an error and put runners on first and second, as it's a loose ball. Nobody, either Cole, was covering third. Durfee was not paying attention. That was an easy move over to third. Again, nobody paying attention.
And the guy that ran over and covered third was the first baseman, Siegel. He sprinted over there to cover third.
He knew he had a job to do. I don't know if that would be his job, but he's getting it done for the Brewers.
Well, in a snowball fight that just about ensued with the Brewers, I think it turned into his job.
So now runners on first and second, as we see Erke, the left fielder, step up for his second plate appearance. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Yeah, and if you remember what happened back in that bottom of the first inning, he was a $10 donation to Maybe Eye Clinic of Mitchell is caught looking.
Probably 2 strikeouts that we have seen from Sutton in the ball game. 0-2, speaking of, as he's up on Erke. Can he get there a strikeout from Ben, the left fielder? The 0-2. And he does. Another strikeout looking. Third strikeout for Sutton of the ball game. The Brewers lead 4-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. That inning will be brought to you by NewGen. We're back in just a moment on LiveTicket.TV.
Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek and Howard, and Valley Station in Armour are your 100% locally owned team of agronomy experts. We offer Agronomy 365, which provides info in real time to make decisions that result in better, more profitable farming. We know you and your operation with service beyond compare. Get a jump on spring planning with Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek and Howard, and Valley Station in Armour. We are ag done right, the American way.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
Back here at Cadwell Park, as it's 4-0, the Sioux Falls Brewers lead it over Renner. We are seeing a little bit of light rain now here at Cadwell Park. As we take a look at the radar, again, small system that's getting even bigger, rolling through the area. But Cole, we have seen that yellow, the heavy rain, start to dissipate a bit. So again, seeing some light sprinkles, but at the moment we're going to play through those light sprinkles.
Yeah, I wish I could. I had the technology for like we had for basketball during the season, so I could get on the screen and draw a little bit for you. But what it looked like is this stuff over here was moving this way, and this over here was moving down, and yeah, a little something like that.
We'll have to teach Jody that type of technology, how to draw on the screen, and yeah, like I said, we can do it pretty cool over there in Vermilion.
I wonder if I could do it right from my iPad.
Yeah, plug that sucker on in and give it a shot.
I don't know.
See the final warm-up pitches. Again, 4-0. The Brewers lead it over the Monarchs. We've seen 6 hits for the Brewers. We've also seen someone warming up. And again, back there in the bottom of the second, and we do see the official pitching change as Schmidt is now in to pitch for Renner. So the first pitch comes in for a called strike, so that will end the day of Malk as he pitches 2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, struck out 2 and walked 1. The 0-1 up, 1-1 the count.
For Jed Schmidt, just in the tournament so far, no, maybe not. He pitched 4 1/3 inning in his start. 73 pitches. He faced 21 batters, gave up 3 hits, 5 runs, just 1 of them were earned. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. That was, I'm not sure which game that was.
Schrum is up to bat here, looking at the 1-2 count, foul it off, and the count will remain.
That was in their August 11th game, so their second game of the tournament against Aberdeen Circus Sports Bar when he came in and started and pitched 4 1/3.
A week ago from today.
On the season, he has pitched 36 1/3 innings, including 5 of them being starts. He pitched a complete game against the Flying Squirrels back on the 2nd. He's given up 7 earned runs in the season for an ERA of 1.73 and a whip of 1.2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch fouls it off once again. What do you think about making the change already here, Cole?
In a state tournament game, you got to do what you got to do. You can't just keep giving up 2 runs an inning to this really good Sioux Falls Brewers squad. So when you got to make the change, you got to try and limit them to zeros here and don't give your offense a chance.
The 2-2, this one ground ball over to Bags, cleans it, fields it cleanly, throw to first, out number 1. Well, you got to like that if you're Schmidt, come on in relief and have to battle a little bit, but get the first out. As now we'll see TJ Miller, the catcher, who will step up as check out here in the instant replay. Ooh, a little high there for the first baseman. Hander. Maybe like a little bit more right there in the chest, but hey, you'll take it. And there is one away.
Who'd you say was batting again?
It will be T.J. Miller, Cole.
Okay, thank you. He singled on a line drive to center.
Puts this one out into left field. This one's fair. Give him one. Can he make it around first? He can. Give him two. Stand-up double. 7th hit of the ball game for the Brewers. And a 4-0 lead for them.
They are just mashing the baseball right now all over the park. They are pounding the baseball.
As Sokup will now step up, the left fielder. By the way, Miller is 2 of 2 in the ball game. Sokup sees the first pitch outside, 1-0. See a courtesy runner? That is Brian Fez now right over there at second. Again, Drew Sokup up to bat here. Watch this pitch inside. It was close to hitting him there. 2-0 now the count. Schmidt takes his time on the bump. If you're just tuning in, already seen a relief pitcher for Renner. As Malk was able to just pitch 2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, struck out 2, and walked the batter through 45 pitches in those 2 innings. Continue to see a light rain here at Cadwell Park. Very, very light. Nothing that will stop this one. One right back to the catcher, or excuse me, the pitcher. And finally, the rundown as they will tag out Fez, trying to make it back to second. And there's 2 away on the fielder's choice.
Again, really good work there by our production truck and camera crew. Sorry, the production and the camera crew down in the truck. My apologies, as they got grounded to the truck overnight.
Jack Sutton, the pitcher in DH, will now dig in with 2 outs. Brewers have not scored. Now, we have seen them really get offense going with 2 outs. And out stealing second is Sokup. So he tried to slide in there with both feet. Take a look back here on our instant replay for out number 3, and it will end the top of the 3rd. No comment there. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 4-0. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
LiveTicket.Tv continues to grow and bring you more sports coverage than ever before. And now, LiveTicket.Tv is happy to announce their partnership into college athletics with Dakota Wesleyan University. That's right, Tiger Nation. LiveTicket.Tv and DWU have teamed up to bring you coverage of all home sporting activities for the Tigers. If you'd like to advertise during these sporting events, give LiveTicket.Tv a call. Dakota Wesleyan University Sports, now on LiveTicket.Tv. It's the bottom of the 3rd here on LiveTicket.Tv between the Sioux Falls Brewers and the Renner Monarchs. The inning is brought to you by NewGen. Explore ways how NewGen can help you sell your crop and check your bids. And Marion, NewGen is a proud supporter of all the athletes at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. 4-0. The Brewers put up 2 runs in the top of the 1st and 2 runs in the top of the 2nd. They do not score there in the top of the 3rd. And now Renner tries to find some offense here in this inning, as they've been able to put runners on 1st and 2nd in each inning but they have not made it any further than that. Sutton in the bottom of the second looked like he had gotten himself in a little bit of trouble, giving up a leadoff walk, but battled back nicely. First pitch, low and away. This begins the 1-0 count. As up to bat here for the Renner Monarchs. This one outside, 2-0 the count. Is JT Mix, the second baseman.
He singled on a hard ground ball to the third baseman back in the bottom of the first for the one and only hit so far for the Renner Monarchs.
Trying to make it 2 as he gets some contact with this one, but headed off in the wrong direction. Del Rapids PBR. Looks like some more fans for them are starting to make their way into the ballpark. Saw some Plaque Killer Tomato hats on underneath the awning here at Cadwell Park. It is going to be a packed house for Cadwell Park in that game number 2. Even with a little bit of the rain, it won't deter the fans. 3-1 the count to JT Mix. The 3-1 pitch put out into left field. JT gets his second hit for Renner. He's rounding first hard, but the leadoff batter aboard once again for Renner. And now we'll see up Jackson Rosenkrantz, the right fielder, who will dig in for Renner.
He flew out to right field for the second out of the bottom of the first.
We do see some movement over on first as well, as look for JT if he gets the right spot to take off and steal at least a second, maybe a little bit more. Again, he's busy over there on the bases, jumping around quite a bit.
He did successfully steal second back in the first.
The 0-1 kicks and fires, and this one popped up in the air, giving a hard chase to it, and it's going to be foul ball. Dropped out in right field by Colbeck, who gave a hard chase to it. And it was just there at the line in foul territory. As maybe luckily there for Colbeck, it was dropped. Great play if it was caught, but if it was dropped, again, foul. Otherwise, that easily would have gotten Mix over to third base, because Mix was taken off.
Maybe even home, depending on how good of a jump he's got, because Mix has really good speed over there at first.
The 0-2. With nobody out now. As Rosenkrantz tries to move the runner, Mix around the bases. So one inside. Hand out the 50-50 raffle tickets right down in front of us at Cadwell Park. The 1-2 as Sutton taking a little bit more time now on the bump. Collects. Kicks and fires. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking his time. Sutton pitches this one. It's going to be out into left field, and Mix is going to take off for third, and with his speed, slide in safely. Now throw back over to first. As Rosenkrantz was looking at trying to get over to second, but great throwing around the diamond by the Brewers keeps the minimal damage to runners at the corners. And again, it's hard to stop Mix from getting to first to third on that type of hit just with his speed, really able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, you would have needed a, just about perfect throw to even have a chance of getting him at third. And then just good awareness over there to fire it back over to first, except the only downside to that is when you throw it around, you got a good chance for throwing errors.
And now check out the instant replay. Here at second base, fans gave the ooh, I think he was out. Throw over there, and that one looks like he was out, but I am not the judge. So safe at second base. We did see one there in the last inning that we thought should have gone the opposite direction. 1-0 the count to the batter, Borchard, who was up to bat. He was hit by pitch last time up, swing and a miss there.
Oh, really? Yes, he was.
I was like, man, I know there was a walk, but I was like,
Yep, he was hit by a pitch.
Cole, don't start playing games with me. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at third and second now for Renner. Trying to chip away at this lead. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1 the count. Cole's starting to see Sutton slow down a little bit in his pitching. What do you think about taking more time here?
Well, as a broadcaster as a broadcaster and somebody who's attending the tournament who's got the game after this, I'd rather him go quickly, but if it's better for his tempo and try to limit base runners, then have at it.
We have seen him throw a complete now 15 1/3 innings in his season. That's counting the 2 innings that he's pitched so far. Again, he is more of a bullpen guy. They're trying to piece some things together for the Brewers to win themselves a state title. And this one up, it's a walk, and it loads up the bases. Nobody is currently warming up in the bullpen for the Brewers, but now there's going to be a conversation here on the mound.
He's pitched 2 innings so far today, Heath?
Yep.
Who?
Sutton has. 2 innings complete. He's into his 3rd, but nothing of tally yet. So, bases are full.
Just got to keep you on your toes over here, Heath.
You're trying to, and you're trying to trip me up. And
I am.
I'm confident in some abilities I have. Now, the lack of 3 hours, or I should say 3 hours of sleep, and the lack thereof it,
well,
could trip me up.
There is nobody to blame there but yourself.
No, I'm not blaming myself at all. That's why they make caffeine. Just drink some more and you'll be fine.
Speaking of, I don't see any around here.
I've had about 600 milligrams so far before noon. I think I'll be all right.
That's rookie numbers for you.
That is very rookie numbers for me. Usually put in the upwards of categories of 15 to 1,800 milligrams of caffeine a day. No, my heart has not stopped yet.
It did once.
Bases are full. This one popped up as Latzel, the very first pitch. It's out into right center field, and with mixed speed, it is far enough. Oof. He scores as he slips on the slick home plate. Stayed on his feet there. But Renner, off the sac fly, gets their first run, and they now trail 4-1. Oof. Actually cleaned off a little bit of home plate as he came around, too.
Yeah, he did.
So, again, runners on 3rd and 1st, 4-1, after the sac fly by Ladd. And Durfee, the 3rd baseman, will step up to bat. And we are going to see now the Brewers start to warm up a pitcher over there in the bullpen. 1-0, 1 out. Kicks and fires, and this one is going to be out into right center field. Another one will score as Durfee gets his first RBI of the afternoon, 4-2. Putting runners at 1st and 2nd by the simple single. And now up to bat will be Ryan Hander, the 1st baseman. Well, we expected some offense, and we have finally seen Renner put some together in this bottom of the 3rd. And again, runners on 1st and 2nd for Renner as Ryan is up to bat. Take a look over there at the bullpen. I believe that was number 25 there. Yep.
I'll see the sprinkles moving through on that camera angle as well. Can't really see him here at the center field shot.
That's Bryce Arndt, who is currently warming up in the bullpen for the Sioux Falls Brewers. 1-2 the count. So we've really seen Sutton slow down when it comes to his pitching. 52 pitches for him in the ball game this afternoon. The 1-2. kicks and fires, and this one low and away. 2-2 the count.
Handed her back in the bottom of the second, struck out swinging for the first out of the inning.
Sutton through 2 1/3 complete, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, struck out 3 and has walked 2 in the ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fires this one in, over to the shortstop. Byer goes to second, flip over to first. It is going to be in time for the double play. So Sutton gets himself out of the inning, courtesy of the double play. Check it back here on instant replay. As Byer does a great job getting it over to second and then firing to first. It's low, but nice job by Siegel to do the splits to collect the ball to get the second out on the double play and in the inning, courtesy of the third out. As we move to the top of the fourth, it's the Brewers 4, Renner 2. We're back in 60 seconds on LiveTicket.Tv.
B&S Services LLC is your locally owned repair service center. We specialize in full-service automotive, semi-trailer, and small engine repair, along with tire services. Repair services range from a simple oil change to sharpening mower blades to a more complicated electrical diagnosis. Located at 38058 South Coda Highway 34, look for us on the hill heading west out of town. Phone Cody Barber 605-350-4293 and Arian Schooler 605-770-9398. B&S Services LLC is a proud sponsor of Wessington Springs Spartans Athletic.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
You are a dynamite contractor. Your younger brother Gary is a slightly less dynamite contractor. But together, you make Mom proud. Look at you two. And look at your crew. Brenda the Calculator Cutler, Bill the Drill Robinson, and then there's the new guy. New guy struggles with stairs, and that'll cost you. Lucky for you, you have IMT Business Insurance. Learn more at imtins.com. Be worry-free with IMT.
It's the top of the fourth inning. The Brewers lead it over the Renner Monarchs 4-2 as we enter the fourth inning, which is brought to you by Blarney's, family-friendly sports bar and grill with over 38 draft beers, an array of food choices ranging from their famous stone-fired pizza to the best burgers in the area. Stop in at Blarney's for your pre- and post-game destination. We should do that, Cole.
When?
I was thinking after these games tonight. It'll be supper time right around there. Might as well get ourselves some food. And
that is a good idea.
I don't mind that one. Jack Sutton is up to bat.
I'll probably have to help tear down stuff, but then after that, I'm free to roll.
Sutton, we'll see the 0-1 foul it off. Well, how about you tear down? I'll go enjoy a beverage over there, and I'll await your arrival. Does that work for you?
Well, with how many of these... Oh, Ryan's not up here. I was going to say... With how many of these fancy new PTZs we have to take down, it might be more than one.
I can probably kick a couple back. 0-2 the count to Sutton, this one outside. Again, we did see someone warming up in the bullpen during the inning. We got to get the ladder. 1-2 the count, but I don't see anybody anymore warming up for the Brewers. Schmidt is on for his second inning of relief, and he gets credited for his first strikeout as Sutton swings and misses, and there is one away here in the top of the fourth.
That was a dirty, dirty pitch right there.
So now up to bat will be Joe Colbeck. Cole, taking a quick look at the Class B state championship game coming up between the Platte Killer Tomatoes, Del Rapids PBR. What's your thoughts on that matchup in both those teams and how they got themselves into the state title game?
Oh, well, I mean, they were both kind of, you look at the PBR side, and they really struggled in their district tournament. They had a pretty solid season, struggled in the tournament, ended up winning their last chance game. And, you know, I kind of said right afterward, I'm like, they should not be the final rep. They should be about the rep 2 or 3 in this Corn Belt League. And they've proven it so far. They've got the talent, and they've got the pitching, and they've got the hitting, that's for sure. And then Platte, they've just been solid all year. A couple big upsets, especially in that district tournament. And then I think they're just riding the momentum right now. So it's a matter of if that Killer Tomato momentum can ride all the way through Sunday here at Cadwell Park.
The 2-1 giving chase. He made that look easy. Bags the shortstop out into left field for out number 2, chasing that one down as he got up on the horse and galloped out into left field to get it. Reached up to heaven to pull it down as well. So Schmidt in the top of the 4th, a strikeout, and now a quick second out. We'll bring up Riley Johnson, the center fielder for the Brewers. First one for Johnson, fouls it off into the netting. Johnson is 0 for 2 here in the ball game today.
That would be correct.
The 0-1. This one out into right field. Rosencrantz says, thank you very much. 1, 2, 3 in order for the Brewers. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. That comes up in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv.
Advanced Sunflower is your locally owned and operated sunflower processing company that buys all types of sunflowers for the edible and bird food industries. They market sunflowers domestically and internationally, so they have a wide range of options to get you the best price for your sunflowers. Most advanced sunflower contracts have an Act of God clause, so you don't have to worry if Mother Nature takes a toll on your crop. Give Jared or Danny a call to get you the most profit out of your sunflowers.
A credit card that fits your lifestyle and saves you money. Why would you settle for anything less? A Dakota Land Federal Credit Union Visa will earn travel rewards, 1% cash back, and 9.90% annual percentage rate, the right rate. And all the right features puts you right where you want to be. Stop by any convenient branch location or check us out online at DakotaLandFCU.com. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
It's the bottom of the 4th inning as Renner plated 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd to chip into this 4-run lead for the Brewers. And we will see Sutton still out there pitching and taking a quick look to the bullpen once again.
Same one as before.
Yep, Brewers are going to go send somebody out there to warm up. So, Cole, it's maybe more of the thought that if Sutton starts struggling throughout the inning, that's when they'll make the change. Otherwise, if he can get himself out of jams or whatever it may be, they'll just leave him in.
Yep, this is the point now where, it's just one of those deals where he's going to keep going for a little while, and then if he gets himself into a tough spot or something like that, then they might make a change, as we see caught looking for a $10 donation to Cadwell Park Improvements.
4th strikeout of the ball game. As we take a look here on the instant replay. Fires this one in there and gets that bottom corner.
As we're going to see the rain come down a little bit, maybe we can pull that radar back up.
Again, we have seen a little bit of rain throughout, and it's supposed to go to about 2 o'clock or so. As now Chaz Palmer, one to go after that one badly.
As there's your radar, seems to be weakening a little bit, but it looks like we're just going to have some light showers for a while.
Might have to throw down some diamond dry after a bit. We have seen some rain several different times at Cadwell Park. Right now, the way the rain is coming down, we're going to play through it, but eventually it is going to make things so wet that we'll have to suspend the game, or at least go into a weather delay. But as we know, it should dissipate throughout the afternoon, and we'll play both championship games at Cadwell Park. Might just take a little bit longer. This one now, the 3-1 count. As Sutton was able to get himself an early out through the strikeout in the bottom of the 4th. But he has given up some walks, including 2 walks. He's also hit a batter in the ball game. The 3-1 kicks and fires this one upstairs for his 3rd walk today. and Palmer is 0 for 1. It's John Acree of 605. Steps up here into the broadcast booth. Say hi to John. As now stepping up to bat. Back to the top of the lineup. It will be Ben Urke, the left fielder. For Renner, his first pitch low. Quick little update as well for Sutton. We've seen him throw 65 pitches, 35 in the strike zone. So throwing about 50% as this one bounces in. 2-0. Nice job by TJ Miller to stay in front of it and not let the runner over at first. Palmer advanced to second.
What were you saying about me earlier?
I didn't say anything about you. I just said hello to John as he arrived up in the broadcast booth.
John Acree, writer for 605 Sports and 605sports.com. Full game recaps. Have a tournament recap at the end, as well as some interesting stories they're putting together, as well as photo galleries for every game. You can find those all on 605sports.com.
2-1 count. Kicks and fires. This one fouled. As Urke, frustrated at himself, says a few things to his bat, including put it in the right direction. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
You think a lot of hitters actually talk to their baseball bats like that?
Well, the amount of times I talk to myself, Cole, I have to imagine myself. They may not say those exact words. They might say a little bit more words we probably shouldn't say during the broadcast.
Yeah, I suppose. But,
Are we allowed to say them? Yes. No one regulates us when it comes to video. Should we say it, though? No. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 2-2. This one just outside. Sutton thought he had himself another strikeout. Rain continues to fall.
See if we got any action down in the grounds crew area. We do not. Jocko over there, he's walking around making sure it's all good.
Back-to-back walks now for Sutton, putting runners at first and second. And now JT Mix, who is 2 for 2 in the ballgame, will step up to bat. And no one really warming up in the bullpen for the Brewers. They're just standing around watching at the moment.
Well, they were warming up a little while, and then I think it's just a matter of if they're going to make the change or not.
First pitch giving some chin music to Mix.
And at some point we're going to get to the point in the game where both pitchers are going to start losing control a little bit, as I believe we are already seeing this with Sutton a little bit on the mound as the rain continues to fall here. Balls are going to get slick.
1-0 the count. And the 1-0 pitch finds the strike zone again. 1-1. And make sure you dance around that strike zone. Don't want to give anything over the middle to JT Mix. Again, 2 for 2 already here in the state championship game. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, high once again. I always try to say that we'll see the pitching change any moment. Try to kind of predict what the managers will be thinking, but every time I say something along those lines, they don't do what my thought should be.
Which is probably for the best.
You're absolutely right. 2-1. This one low, 3-1. Now, Cole, I'll give my opinion while we have a moment. I would make the change here if JT either gets a hit or is walked, especially if he's walked. There'd be 3 straight batters in a row, and it just seems like Sutton doesn't have it. Again, he's more of a bullpen pitcher. He's not your starting pitcher type. That's why I'd make the change if you're going to piece it together while you still have a chance to retain the lead. And this one, high and gets by the catcher, Miller. So that's what I would do. And for once in my life, I might actually be right.
Maybe.
Maybe, yes, maybe. It's a huge maybe at the moment. This manager will come out to have a conversation. Sutton getting a couple spanks on the butt there. And hey, good job, stay in it. Conversation continues to be had. Look down to the bullpen.
And still no action in the grounds crew area, which is surprising.
Yeah, the rain is not necessarily picking up, but just being consistent now, whereas the whole entire ground at Cadwell Park is wet.
I believe that was manager for the Brewers coming out there and just discussing with the umpire, Steve Creer over there at first base. And
everyone kind of looking around, and now we're asking, it looks like for a towel here, that they want to get out to Sutton. So they're not going to bring him some type of towel to kind of dry things off a bit. And yeah, you mentioned it, Cole, just a moment ago. It looks like Matt Leadham is saying something to the umps here that I have to imagine is somewhere along the lines of, when are we going to suspend this? As, again, the rain has just been consistent.
And glancing over at the radar to our left, it doesn't appear that it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. If anything, it might be picking up as it gets closer here.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the darker green, as you can see it there on the screen, as we're back underway. And I would say they're going to let this inning go out, but we don't know how much longer this is going to be. Bases are loaded, 1 out. The 0-1, and this one popped up into left field. It's back, and this one is a grand slam for Jackson Rosenkrantz. The right fielder out for 360, the grand slam, and Renner takes the lead 6-4. Great 0-1 pitch that he sees it out into left center field. And after trailing 4-0, Renner puts up 4 in this bottom of the 4th, 2 in the bottom of the 3rd, and they take their first lead of the state championship game.
Couldn't have really said it better myself.
David Borchard will step up to bat.
I just got a tidbit of information from the writer John Acree of 6-5 Sports. That is the 4th grand slam of the tournament.
That is absolutely crazy that we've seen that many grand slams.
And I remember when the first one happened, our producer and boss man Jody Broza couldn't remember the last time it happened. And now it's happened 4 times this tournament.
Pop up to center field. This one's going to be eventually caught by Byer there for out number 2. So after the grand slam, Borchard pops it up in the air for the second out, and Aiden Ladd, the catcher, will dig in. Again, keeping our eye, Cole, you and I are both looking over to the same area.
There's almost like a concerningly low amount of action over there.
We're looking over to the groundskeeping area where they bring on the tarps, and we currently see, well, the guys that would bring on the tarps, what, 2, 3 of them over there?
Usually you need
8 to 10.
Right.
The 0-1, this one fouled off. 0-2 now the count. Again, Ladd, the catcher, is up to bat. And right now, Sutton trying to clean off his cleats. At least see some diamond dry put down in the batter's box and on the pitching mound in between the inning. The 0-2. Kicks and fires in this one. Low, 1-2 the count. So 6 runs on 5 hits that we've seen for Renner in the ball game. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Brewers. 1-2 the count. Sutton up to 82 pitches as once again he pauses on the bump to clean out more of his shoe. Just trying to get some footing.
I really am amazed right now that they're still letting this play through. Regular season game I can see, but
the 1-2. You know, Cole, I'm kind of surprised too. I can see them where they don't want to maybe stop because that would end at least Sutton's day pitching. Or at least don't want to stop if they made a pitching change, because that pitcher probably wouldn't be able to last as long depending on how long the break is. The arm would get cold again. But now we're at that stopping point that we could let it happen.
And, well, you can't really let that factor into your decision. At some point, we can't just worry about one guy's arm. We have to worry about everybody's safety up there.
And now, low, a walk for Ladd. He's at first base. See warming up in the bullpen again for the Brewers, but have not made a change. I have a feeling they're just going to try to let Sutton get out of this inning at this point and then make the pitching change in the bottom of the fifth. Now we're going to see a courtesy runner come on for Ladd. Mitch Steffen will be the courtesy runner. Two outs in the bottom of the fourth. 6-4, and this pitch low. As 87 pitches now for Sutton, 44 in the strike zone. Swing and a miss here. Durfee, third baseman, is 1 for 1 in the ball game so far today. And more cleaning of the spikes. The rain continues to fall. Again, you can't really necessarily see it there on your screen, but it is a consistent, light consistent rain.
Can we get a replay of that, Jody? The on-deck batters.
On-deck batter just stopped the ball with his bat on the foul ball.
Yeah, he stuck it straight up and donk.
1-2 the count. This one low. 2-2. Round of twos. Again, we've really seen Sutton after his first 2 innings of pitching slow down. And it's been like this over the last 2 innings now. The 2-2, this one outside, 3-2. Sutton has walked 6 batters in the ball game. 4 strikeouts for him, going through 3 2/3 complete so far. And again, continuing to warm up an arm in the bullpen at the moment. The 3-2, this one high. Taking off there was Steffen. It won't matter in the end. This is now the 7th walk for Sutton. And now we are going to see the pitching change. So we'll step aside. We'll bring you the pitching change coming up here in just a moment. That's on the way on LiveTicket.Tv.
Burke Livestock Auction is a family-owned livestock marketing center in Burke, South Dakota. We are located in south central part of the state. Cattle sales are held weekly on Saturdays with approximately 65,000 of south central South Dakota and north central Nebraska's finest feeder and breeding cattle marketed annually. Mark your calendar for our September 21st fall calf and yearling sale. Sale starts at 9:30 with lunch to start at 11. Burke Livestock is a proud supporter of state amateur baseball.
When it comes to sports bars, the Sports Center in Larchwood, Iowa has put themselves above the rest. They open bright and early, 7 a.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. on weekends, so you can start your day off right with them. And speaking of starting your day off right, they have daily food specials that will have your taste buds jumping for joy. The best flatbread pizza in the area, top-notch burgers, and don't worry, they have the best salads as well. The Sports Center in Larchwood. If you haven't tried it yet, put it down as your next destination.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Bryce Arndt is now the new pitcher for the Sioux Falls Brewers as they are continuing to put down Diamond Dry here at the Cadwell Park. 6-4. We'll still have to wait for the warm-up pitches as well for Arndt, who has not gotten to his warm-up pitches yet. Cole, taking a look here at this game so far, what have you thought about the Renner Monarchs on their way to battle back against Sutton after Sutton started off this ball game extremely well, but a great performance by Renner with the bats, getting things going in that third and now fourth inning here.
Yeah, this is more the type of game I expected actually from both these teams. I knew the Brewers were going to come out hot and fast. They're going to get a lot of runs up, and then I knew that Renner at some point during the game was going to be able to come back and get some runs, as now we're looking at the radar here, and it appears that for the most part it is past us. You still got some chance of some light lingering rain throughout the afternoon, but this is more of the response I expected from Renner. I expected it more, singles and doubles and things like that. I didn't expect their 4 runs in this inning to come off a grand slam, but I knew it was possible.
Sorry about that. Just said oof there, as it looked like Arndt was about to take a tumble. So one of his warm-up pitches, his foot just kind of slipped on its way down. They did just put Diamond Dry down in the batter's box and on the mound to try to kind of soak up a little bit of this moisture. As Cole just mentioned, I believe it did stop raining here. As I'm looking out, not really seeing, oh no, it is still light sprinkle here at the moment. But very light considering what it was just 5 minutes ago, where it was noticeable. More fans do continue to pile in here at Cadwell Park. Starting to see more Platte Killer Tomato red out there. And the baseball caps as well, some of the umbrellas up. As we're still in the bottom of the fourth here, Renner has hit a grand slam in this inning. They lead it 6-4 over the Brewers. We have now seen the official pitching change. We won't get you Sutton's final numbers yet. I'll tell you this much, he did throw 92 pitches, but he is still responsible for the runners on first and second for Renner. Again, Hander, the first baseman, will step up the bat here in just a moment as we have cleaned off home plate as well. And it looks like we're finally ready to go. To resume action, again, not a weather delay, pitching change, and just trying to dry off the batter's box and the mound. That took a few moments. And this one, a big hack there for Hander. Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. Bags will step up the bat if we get to him. Again, runners on first and second for the Renner Monarchs. The 0-1, this one played out into center field. Underneath it is Johnson. He catches this one, and it's out number 3 quickly there by Arndt. But for the Renner Monarchs, they put up a grand slam here in the bottom of the fourth, which now has them in the lead 6-4 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv. What started out to be a small community celebration has grown into an attraction that draws literally thousands of people each year. Mark your calendars for June 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2025 for the 75th Annual Tabor Check Days in Tabor, South Dakota. Check food, check music, and check hospitality await you in Tabor. Check Days is sponsored by the Tabor Chamber of Commerce and proudly supports the Tabor Bluebirds and Bonhomme High School athletics.
Sun Gold Sports is proud to call Mitchell and Huron home. With over 50 years of experience, we are here for all of your printing needs. Whether it's for your business, school, or personal, we are your one-stop custom shop. Screen printing, embroidery, vinyl, banners, trophies, awards, and so much more. Give Steph a call at 605-770-6829. Sun Gold Sports of Huron and Mitchell. We print t-shirts.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the home convenience store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Cadwell Park, as we are in the 5th inning, the Renner Monarchs have put up a grand slam in the bottom of the 4th, and they lead 6-4 over the Sioux Falls Brewers. If you're just tuning in, 2 runs, and the top of the first and top of the second for the Sioux Falls Brewers that led them to 4-0. We're seeing great hitting by the Brewers. Renner was not able to get anything going offensively, but finally Renner found the offense there in the bottom of the 3rd, where they were able to get 2 runs, make it 4-2, and as I just mentioned, a grand slam in the last half inning to take the lead 6-4. As for the Brewers, stepping up to bat will be Sam Byer. Sam is 2 for 2 here in the ball game. We're also seeing Schmidt out there to pitch. It is another relief inning of pitching, and gets another strikeout in relief action so far today, as that's now his 2nd strikeout, combined 4 strikeouts from the Renner Monarchs today. Again, Byer sat down, as now Sam Siegel, the first baseman, will step up to bat. Siegel is 1 of 2. And now there's a look over into the dugout, and now someone just got tossed. It just got tossed there was the assistant manager for the Sioux Falls Brewers, Matt Leadham, just got tossed out of the ball game. He was arguing the ball in the strike there and just got tossed. Now he's going to come out. He's going to get his money's worth to have a conversation. So now a conversation at home plate. But I believe it was Leadham who was just tossed from the game. It's a simple conversation right now. Again, if he's going to get tossed, he's going to come out and get his money's worth. And he'll make his way out without too many more complaints. And he'll be gone. So the assistant manager for the Brewers is now out of the ball game. 0-1 the count here to Siegel, as he'll have to make his way out of the ballpark. Can't even be in the dugout. He'll have to leave completely. And we mean outside of Cadwell Park. He cannot be within the area of Cadwell Park. Well, final conversations now with the first base ump, as he'll get his money's worth to argue some calls, and nothing's going to change.
Now he's going to get to, I believe, be let out of the park by umpire-in-chief Joe Schlimgen. No, it's so they did not toss the assistant manager. I believe it was one of the players.
Okay, I was wondering that because they did look over into the dugout at one point, and I guess it was Leadham who is going to come up to protect one of his players. We aren't for sure who the player is, and whoever it may be is not leaving anytime soon.
We've got somebody went out of the dugout and is now in the bullpen.
Yeah, someone's warming up.
Oh, yeah, he's just getting out there, getting some steps in.
All right. Whatever it is, it's starting to take too long now. If we're going to toss somebody, we're going to toss somebody. We're not going to play patty cake and go for some coffee. So now we're not for sure what's taking so long. But this is starting.
Oh, he's gathering his stuff.
Well, he's gathering
number 7.
Again, he will have to leave as well. He's gone. That's actually the man who just got struck out as well. Sam Byer is now gone. He's the one who has to leave.
There he goes.
So Sam was 2 of 3. He just struck out. So, again, Sam Byer, who the shortstop who just struck out, gets tossed. And now, after this long break, we see Schmidt hit Siegel, and Siegel will be at first base. So I'll bring you the defensive changes next time around.
Well, there we go.
As now this bottom of the fourth and sort of the top of the fifth has taken over a half hour of real time, and we have collected ourselves just 4 outs during that time. As now James Borges, the second baseman, will step up to bat. Can't really have any consistency to a baseball game when it's just starting to drag along like the way it is. So again, Sam Byer has been tossed. The shortstop is out of the ball game. I believe, Cole, if I have to guess what it would have been about, he saw 3 straight pitches called strikes and then just saw Sam Siegel take a ball. I think he was saying same spot or somewhere along those lines, that how is that called a ball and mine were called strikes. Disagreed with it. Line shot to second. There's out number 1. Play at second on the double play is out number 2 for the double play. As we take a look back here at the instant replay, JT Mix went straight to him and caught it for the second out of the inning and then threw it over to first in time for the third out. So we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. The Renner leads 6-4. We're back in a moment here on LiveTicket.Tv. Prairie Valley Farm Charolais is located in Platte. Since 1980, David has worked with his father, family, and hired men to provide bulls with the best health, management, selection, and genetics to produce a quality product to meet the customer's needs. Mark your calendar for their annual bull sale on the second Saturday of April. Check out their website at pvfcharolais.com or give David Mason a call for more information. Prairie Valley Farm Charolais is a proud supporter of all Black Panther school activities. Remember, U.S. beef, it's what's for dinner. Located in the heart of Mitchell, Blarney's is your one stop for mouth-watering food, refreshing drinks, and your latest sports action. Fans, it's state amateur baseball time, and Blarney's is your pre- and post-game destination. Whether you're finishing up the early game and need a spot to eat for lunch or celebrating a late-night victory, stop in at Blarney's and keep the party going with cold, refreshing drinks. Blarney's Sports Bar and Grill, a proud supporter of the state amateur baseball tournament.
From your innovative attachment solutions provider for over 40 years, MDS Manufacturing. One of a kind, revolutionary, game-changing. MDS doesn't make the loader, MDS makes the loader better.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park here in the bottom of the fifth inning of the Class A state championship game. The Renner Monarchs lead the Sioux Falls Brewers 6-4. We just had a very eventful half inning, as ejected from the game was number 7 Sam Byer. And now we have some defensive changes. So TJ Miller, who was catching, is now going to third. Ian Strum, who was at third, is now at short. And we have a new catcher, which I believe you said was Dubanowski. Thank you very much. And so I believe Dubanowski will bat in the 3 spot. And I'm looking at the wrong team. Here we go. 37, yes. 37 is catching. So we'll see where he's batting, and now we turn over to the Renner half of the fifth inning in the middle of in the bottom of the fifth. Excuse me, Mattis Baggs. He will lay down a bunt right down the third base line. The new third baseman, which is TJ Miller, and he will fire over. It will not be in line. So we're going to have a error, and now we have a man down for the Brewers. And that is Bryce Arndt, the pitcher. So we had an error. No, that was, excuse me, that is the third baseman now, TJ Miller, who made the play and then appeared to hit his head on the grass.
Shaken, not stirred. He's going to get up and shake it off, it looks like, Cole.
Looks like it.
It is wet here at Cadwell Park with that rain that we've seen move through the area, so it looks like he just slipped there and hit his head. And now a bunt laid down here. So advance the runner playing small ball, and the throw over to first is wide. And it looks like now the first baseman's going to get up, shaking a little bit. Eventually coming around for a run is Renner. They now lead it 7-4 as we take a look there back on the instant replay. So recapping what just happened, Palmer laid down a bunt that advanced Bags over to third, and then the throw to first was wild. Palmer and Siegel kind of ran into each other on the throw there, and on the error of the throw, Palmer was able to advance to second, and Siegel was able to come around for another run for the Renner Monarchs. So kind of a crazy little sequence of events. That scores another run for the Renner Monarchs, and they now lead it on 7 unanswered runs, 7-4 over the Sioux Falls Brewers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. These two teams combined to score 18 runs a year ago at this state championship game. Right now up to 11. As now up to bat, we'll see Ben Erke, the left fielder. The 0-1. Taking the new pitcher in is Arndt. For the Sioux Falls Brewers, this one is outside. Cole, you didn't get to Sutton's numbers while I was gone, did you?
No, I didn't, because we had about 16 other things going on.
A lot of different changes there made during the break after we saw Beyer get tossed from the game for the Sioux Falls Brewers with arguing with a call. So that being said, Sutton, 3 2/3 complete, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned, walked 7, and struck out 4. Arndt is now the new pitcher in for the Sioux Falls Brewers. The 1-2 kicks and fires. This one is going to get away from the new catcher, as that's Charlie Dumanowski. As that one gets away from him, it will advance the runner. Palmer over to third base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
It appears that things slightly falling apart for the Brewers.
Bags is the batter up right now, the 2-2. This one popped up. It's going to be caught in foul territory for out number 1 by Siegel. As we have seen rain move through the area here at Cadwell Park, and God said enough is enough. Let's give you some sunshine on this championship Sunday as some clouds move over the bright orange ball in the sky, casting shadows and overcast, as it looks like it could be a nice little cool afternoon for game number 2 on the State B champion side. The game's supposed to start at 2:30, at least scheduled to start 2:30.
At the pace that we're going here,
this one
won't be about we'd be lucky to have this one done by 2:30.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. 1-0. This one for a called strike. We have seen some offense, certainly so, but took us 15 minutes just to toss a player.
That did take a while.
1 ball, 1 strike. And this one is going to go past the Borges, the new second baseman. Error tagged, and another run scores for Renner. They now lead it 8-4. Again, 8 unanswered runs by Renner.
To clarify, Borges has been the second baseman all game.
Thank you. That's one of the defensive changes I missed.
We have a new third baseman, new shortstop, and a new catcher.
Can I see that? Thank you.
Yes, my bad. My bad.
Now up to bat, Rosencrantz, the right fielder for Renner. Sees the first pitch, fouls it off. Mix is going to have to go back. So again, Mix is over on first base after the error.
Rosenkrantz 2 for 3 in the ball game. Looking at a spray chart for this season, he hits it everywhere.
Huh. He certainly does. Sees this one. He's got to find the gap in between short and third. I'll move the runners up from first and second. And now stepping up to bat will be David Borchard, the DH. No. Yes. Don't know why I still have Jeremiah on my pitcher there. I knew he wasn't a pitcher a long time ago. Borchard 0 for 1 here in the ball game. Runners on first and second. Arndt hesitated, and they're going to call a balk. Call a balk here on Arndt, and it will move the runners to third and second.
I believe the first balk of the tournament.
Won't say for sure. Won't confirm or deny.
Well, we've had 4 grand slams and 4 ejections.
And now, Skip off the mound. This one will score 1 for Borchard. And on the single, he'll score 2. Now 10-4 as no one is warming up in the bullpen for the Brewers. But, Cole, this is certainly fallen apart for Sioux Falls here in this ball game.
Yeah, it has. And it's just been a matter of, I believe the Renner Monarchs just that good of a team that whenever you're trying to struggle to locate pitches, you usually try to just throw it over the plate to get a strike, and that's what Renner's really good at, is just slamming the ball around.
As now Ladd will step up to bat for Renner. Again, it was 4-0 at one point. Sioux Falls Brewers led this one as we moved into the top of the third inning. But it has been all Renner since then. We're also starting to see the wind pick up quite a bit as the rain has moved through the area. Seen a little bit of sunshine as well at Cadwell Park. Now the 1-0 put out into left field, and getting underneath of it will be Suckup for out number 2. So Arndt in relief, 17 pitches. Excuse me, that was Drew Sokup. Apologize, Drew. Don't beat me up later. Adam Durfee, the third baseman, will now step up to bat. Durfee is 1 for 1 here in the ball game. Last time up, he was walked. In fact, he's been walked twice and plunked. Now plunked. 1 for 1 in the ball game.
There you go. By my Mount Vernon math, that is batting 1,000.
That is right. On 4 plate appearances.
Hey.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Whatever works.
And Cole, his on-base percentage today, 1,000.
That is true.
Take that one all day long.
Usually when you're batting 1,000, your on-base percentage is 1,000.
That is true. That is how that math works out. As now the new batter up is Ryan Hander, the first baseman. So Renner's on first and second for Renner. Hander puts this one out into center field. The wind moving around a little bit, but finally caught by Johnson for out number 3. But Renner adds another 4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead it 10-4 as we move to the top of the 6th. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv. As the weather warms up, so does our time outside. If you've been putting off your next home project, then Elite Renovations in Platte and Mitchell is ready to help. If you're looking to upgrade or update your roof, siding, windows, doors, and decking, they've got you covered. Interior trim, flooring, cabinets, tile, or drywall, they got the crews. Book a free consultation to discuss your options. Visit their website at elitereno-sd.com to get started with your summer project.
The One Stop in Redfield is a friendly, family-owned business. We carry hot stuff, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Before you take a trip, or if you're just out and about, stop by and fuel up with Sinclair gasoline from E30 to E85. Use your Dino app for extra savings and your Pump and Save card for free stuff. Don't forget to visit the automatic car wash for that spotless shine. One Stop in Redfield is a proud supporter of all school sports and activities.
Triatel is a telecommunications company that serves over 10 small communities.
And just because you live in a small community doesn't mean that you can't get good service.
For me, it's really important to be able to work remotely here in the country.
If you live in the Triatel service area and you're looking for a good, reliable, high-speed internet connection, we've served our members for 65 years and we're going to be serving you long into the future.
It's the top of the 6th inning where the Sioux Falls Brewers have not scored any runs since the top of the 2nd. Schmidt continues to be the pitcher out there for the Renner Monarchs as he has come out in relief and has looked extremely good. Getting himself out of innings, courtesy of some double plays along the way. But Schmidt now through 3 innings complete has given up just a hit and has struck out 2, letting his, again, defense get a lot of the work done. As I say that, sliding stop by Baggs, throw over to first. It was a great throw, great stop by Baggs, just the timing, well, ran out of it. And it's going to be a hit there for Strum as he gets his first hit of the ball game. And the leadoff batter is aboard for the Sioux Falls Brewers. Again, fans, don't forget the Platte Killer Tomatoes take on Del Rapids PBR in our 2nd championship game, Class B side, coming up after the conclusion of this one. I should say about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. It is set for 2:30. That is certainly not going to happen. 0-1 count. The new batter that is up is Miller. He is 2 for 2 so far in the game today.
Yeah, he is. Also, it's going to be probably about 45 minutes after the completion of this one because they have awards to give out. Then they get the field ready. Then it's starting lineups, anthem, first pitches. Boom, roasted.
1-2 the count.
Gotcha.
So we have seen some rain, and again, wind starting to pick up. A very cool afternoon here at Cadwell Park. Cole, this has to be certainly one of the coolest state tournaments that you can remember in a long time. Just throughout the entire tournament, haven't really seen a whole lot of hot days here.
Yes, there's been some warm ones. That's no doubt about 85, but I remember it was either, was it last year, a couple years ago, we had a day where it was about 96, something like that. It was like that for most of the week, too.
The 1-2 swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Schmidt. His 3rd strikeout in relief. And there's 1 away. It's now Soak Up, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game, will step up to bat.
My game changer's behind yours.
That'll happen sometimes. By the way, Cole, so we'll take a look to the 2nd game. Grant Doom will be the pitcher.
I know.
For the Platte Killer Tomatoes.
I know.
The listener out there did not know.
Yeah, but I did. Because I had the lineup card about 15 minutes ago.
That you did not share with me. 0-1.
Well, I didn't realize you needed it so desperately.
I didn't, but always helps to fill out my other lineup card.
Oh, so I'm just chopped liver over here. I don't need it, I guess.
You can use this one. Yeah. The 0-2, with a runner on first, kicks and fires. This one well outside. 1-2 the count. See, I fill out this one so that anybody can use this one. It's common courtesy. Sharing is caring, Cole. 1-2 the count.
But only after you get it first.
Technically, you had it first. Ground ball over to second.
I did.
Is Mix, throws to second. I'll take their runner advancing. Cannot turn the double play as Mix was just in a bad spot. Either was at second or at first. He'll take the advancing runner and get it for out number 2. As now stepping up to bat will be Jack Sutton, and now designated hitter. Again, started off as the pitcher before was removed here in the game. He'll see the very first pitch and puts it out into left field. And it will be a stand-up single, just putting the runner to second base. Is soak up. So runners are on first and second. Sutton is now 2 of 3 in the ball game, and we'll see Joe Colbeck, who will step up to bat.
Yep. Big chance to get a run or two back here. I know there's 2 outs, but you do have a runner in scoring position with some pretty good speed, so any base hit scores 1.
Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Now seeing Schmidt give up 2 hits in the top of the 6th. Again, entering the inning, had only given up a hit so far in relief action. So Brewers have a little bit of offense cooking. Now they're seeing the second time through against Schmidt. In for a called strike. 0-2 the count. Schmidt trying to find himself a way out of this inning without giving up any damage. Has a chance to do so with the 0-2 count. Shrugs the shoulders, fires it in, and once again well outside. 1-2 the count. Sets and fires the 1-2, fouled off, and the count will remain. Again, double elimination on the Class A side of the bracket.
Except for the championship game.
Yep. These 2 teams have combined for the last 10 out of 11 state titles. And the 1-2 put out into right center field. That will score 1. Can Sutton come all the way around? He will not. He'll be held up at third. Runners at first and third. But for the Sioux Falls Brewers, they get their first run since the top of the 2nd inning. It's 10-5. Also ends at 10 straight runs from Renner. There is also somebody warming up in the bullpen at the moment for Renner. Conversation quickly here on the mound. Again, taking a look here at our State B Championship game coming up after this one. It is Platte versus Del Rapids PBR. Platte in the first round defeated Del Rapids Mudcats 1-0 before 2 exciting walk-offs by the Platte Killer Tomatoes defeating Alexandria 3-2 and the Hartford Humboldt Wood Ducks 8-7 before last night here at Cadwell Park. The Killer Tomatoes got the 4-0 victory over the Raptors. On the opposite side for Del Rapids PBR, got an opening round win against Elkton 5-3. Shot down the left field line is foul. Then before they defeated Millbank Fire Chiefs, courtesy of the 10-run rule, 13-3. Beat defending state champions, the Gang, 7-3. And last night in extra innings, defeated Garrettson 5-3 to play for that state title game. Johnson is up to bat for the Brewers. He's 0 for 3. The 0-2 count is going to put this one over to Mix. Glove throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. But the Sioux Falls Brewers are able to add a run on 3 hits, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv.
Hey farmers, don't have the time or the means to haul your corn to market? Contact Derek or Phil at NewGen Energy. They are receiving corn 6 days a week, and every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is Farmers Only Haul Day. Located in Marion, South Dakota, NewGen Energy also sells distillers and corn oil. Call 605-648-2100 for all your corn needs, and check out their website at newgenmarion.com. That's NUGEN Marion.com.
A better you starts closer to home, with people who understand your way of life and belong to your community. Primary care providers at Horizon Health know you and know how to help you stay well. We're here to keep you healthy and care for you through every stage of life, so you can keep doing what you love and make every day a better one. Schedule an appointment at horizonhealthcare.org.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
We move to the bottom of the 6th inning where the Renner Monarchs lead over the Sioux Falls Brewers 10-5 here at the moment, as it will be Palmer who will step up to bat to lead things off for the Renner Monarchs. Palmer, Erkey, and Mix will all be due up here in this inning. Cole, I also heard them during the break talk a little bit about the Pick'em Challenge, including our very own Troy Feasterman
Don't even bring him up.
is in first place right now. He can't win. No, that is correct, but
he did cheat, though.
He did cheat. That is what I heard as well. 2-0, as he does have access to the bracket, so he can kind of change things along as he moves along. Yeah, Jody, we all know he doesn't. It's just play with the story here.
I think he does.
He's definitely back home listening right now.
He's probably taking a nap, actually, right now. It's about nap time for him.
2-1. This one in for a called strike. 2-2. He also certainly said, do not bring my name up at all, that I'm in first. He does not want any spotlight on him, so we want to make sure we get it as big as we possibly can. Palmer looking at a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch is outside. 3-2. As we were joking, he can't win, so second place will get the money in the Pick'em Challenge. Count is full to Palmer. Trying to answer back here in the 6th inning. Pops it up to the shortstop, Strum, who easily gets it for out number 1. So Baggs is now, I apologize, with Max Baggs who is up. Now Chaz Palmer is up to bat. Kind of saw the back of the hair there, but Chaz Palmer has a little bit more. So now Palmer will step up the bat. Again, Baggs is 1 of 4 in the ball game. Palmer is 1 of 2. This one in for a called strike. Mentioned Palmer 1 of 2 with a walk. Does have 2 runs in the ball game. For Renner, the 0-1 pops this one up. It's going to get just on top of the press box here. 0-2 with 1 out as Arn came in the 4th inning for relief action. Has been pitching out there ever since. It has been shaky for him at times. This one is outside, 1-2 the count. Through 1 2/3 complete for him today. He's given up 4 hits, 4 runs, only 3 earned, and has yet to walk a batter, has yet to strike out a batter. The 1-2. Arn kicks and fires, and this one popped up once again. Another foul ball. Everyone's telling everybody to watch out. So it pops up here, close to us. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Palmer. And this one fouled off, so the count will remain for Palmer here. Again, coming up in game number 2 of our championship, Platte takes on Del Rapids PBR. The 1-2 fouled once again. So Palmer continues to do a good job of battling here with the at-bat.
John Acree over to my left is struggling.
And this one called for strike number 3, and it is the first strikeout for Arn in relief action for him. So 1 away here in the bottom of 6. Now Renner has scored in the last 3 innings. 4 in the bottom of the 5th, 4 in the bottom of the 4th, including that courtesy of a grand slam. And also 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. And now Erke, the left fielder, is up to bat. He is 0 for 3 so far today. Has been walked once in the ball game, eventually scoring a run for Renner. The 1-1. This one popped up foul territory, giving chase to it and missed out. A sliding catch there by Siegel. His foot was closer to the ball than his glove was. One-two the count. This one up, 2-2. And this one outside. So the count is now full with 2 outs, trying to get the final out of the inning here. The 3-2. Kicks and fires in this one. Ball 4. So we'll keep the inning alive, as now it will be JT Mix, the second baseman, who will step up to bat. So JT in the ball game, 2 of 3 today. Sees the first pitch and fouls it off into the netting back behind. Ten runs on 9 hits today for Renner. 10 hits, 5 runs for the Brewers. Mix puts this over to the third baseman. Scooped up by Miller, throw to second in time for out number 3. So for the first time in the last 3 innings that the Renner Monarchs do not score, we head to the top of the 7th. It's 10-5. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv.
It might be time for you to strongly consider leasing bulls from Jorgensen Land and Cattle. Here's Cody.
Well, it's a really good option to acquire some excellent genetics for an affordable price. It's become really popular. When you first hear about lease bulls, sometimes it may frighten a person. So this is a different ballgame. You know, there's a genetic program behind these bulls. These are bulls that have a genetic program and really are designed genetically to very nice calves.
Call 1-800-548-BULL.
At Lesterville Feed and Grain, they pride themselves on offering top-notch products at competitive prices. Whether you're looking for feed for your livestock or grains for your crops, they have you covered. And with their market bids, you can rest easy knowing you're getting the best deal possible. But it's not just about the products, it's about the service. Their knowledgeable staff is there to help answer any questions you may have and provide expert advice to help you succeed in your farming endeavors.
Shields All Sports Store is your one-stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one-stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one-stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee-owned, community-minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
We're moving into the top of the 7th inning, where the Renner Monarchs lead it over the Sioux Falls Brewers 10-5. If you're just tuning in, catch the pregame of Del Rapids PBR taking on the Platte Killer Tomatoes. We are still over in probably an hour away or so from that game's first pitch actually coming up. As 1-0 is the count, as Dubinowski is the new batter up, Charlie Dubinowski, who replaces Sam Byer, who got tossed in the game earlier. His tossing took about 10 minutes for him to finally leave the ballpark. He left after he was called out on a strikeout and then saw his partner, Siegel, step up, take a ball in the same spot that he got called strike number 3, disagreed, and from the dugout there was a comment made. Home plate ump said, that's enough of that, you're gone. And then he decided to say, well, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. Does anyone want some pizza? I'm ordering, before he was finally shown the door. The 3-1 popped up center field, caught for number 1 as Palmer, the new center fielder, is able to get it. Excuse me, Chaz has been center fielder all game long. I don't know what I was looking at there. Schmidt is still in relief as well. Dubinowski 0 for 1 in the ball game. Yes, Cole.
I forgive you, Heath. That's okay. We all make mistakes every once in a while. But what I was going to say is this is a big spot for the Brewers here. You got to start getting these runs early because you don't want to force yourself to try and get all of them in the 9th.
This one popped out to left center, chasing, and it's going to be dropped by the left fielder, Erke, as he hit it with his glove, but was not able to catch it. It was kind of circling around at the 374 mark, and again, not able to catch it. So it will be a hit. That time for Siegel. Siegel is 2 for 3 in the ball game. And now stepping up to bat, it will be James Borges, the second baseman. So Borges digs into the batter's box. As mentioned, Cole trying to get some offense going. This one, first pitch, right to Bags. Throws to first, and there's 2 away. So what you're saying is don't see the first pitch and get out.
I didn't say that, but, I mean, you could have taken it that way, sure. But, I mean, if you like it, you can obviously swing at it, but right now is a really big spot, too, because you have a runner in scoring position on third. I mean, you advance them over the third eventually, and it's one of those deals where you just need like a bloop shot over the middle. You don't need a home run, per se. You don't need a hard hit ball. It's just a little blooper over the middle, and it'll score a run.
Strum is up to bat. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Has been walked, but does not have a run or an RBI to his name. Could get that RBI category taken off of if he gets a hit here. Getting runner at third is Siegel for the Sioux Falls Brewers. Schmidt, by the way, 60 pitches in relief so far for him today. The 1-0 kicks and fires. This one high, 2-0. Starting to see a little bit more sun. We also see the artificial lights on here at Cadwell Park. Those were turned on when it was overcast and then saw that rain move through. That was back in the 4th inning. If you're just tuning in, we did see that rain at Cadwell Park. We are not expecting any more rain for the rest of today. Just that small rain shower.
Yes, and it did actually dissipate quite a bit more than I thought it would.
Now the 2-1 over to Bags. The shortstop throws to first, and that is out number 3. The Brewers don't do any damage as we head to the bottom of the 7th. That comes up in a moment here on LiveTicket.Tv.
Dr. Kelly Tobin and staff at Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic are proud supporters of high school athletics. When it comes to large and small animal health, look to Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic. They understand how important your livestock is to you and will give you service that you can depend on. Call 539-1040. That's 539-1040. Rolling Hills is located on Dakota Avenue, across from Farm Bureau in Wessington Springs. Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home, now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
The heart of farming season is coming up, and Caton International is your HIH dealer in Crofton, Nebraska. Caton International offers top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is there to help with any maintenance or repairs you may need, so you can focus on what you do best, farming. And don't forget to check out their website for the latest deals and promotions. Whether you're in the market for a new piece of equipment or just need some replacement parts, Caton International has you covered.
We travel in packs. Fearless first-timers and go-getters. Sightseers and mudslingers. trail conquerors, and adrenaline junkies. We believe great rides deserve great company. And wherever the ride takes us, there's always room for one more.
Rosencrantz is up to bat as he sees the first pitch out for a ball, sees the second one, 2-0 the count. That came off a little weird, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Arndt is up there to pitch. Up to 42 pitches that he has thrown in relief action, has gone through 2 1/3 complete. Is this one in for a strike, 2-1. Again, fans, if you're tuning in, trying to catch the pregame show of the Platte Del Rapids PBR game, that one's going to be a while yet. As this game has seen 15 runs, combined 20 hits so far in it. Went around 2-2. These two teams did combine for 18 runs in last year's championship game. And the Sioux Falls Brewers got the victory over Renner last year. The 2-2, this one smacked out into left field. And Rosencrantz, now 4 of 5 with a grand slam to his name, is on base at first.
This is more like the Renner squad I was expecting coming into this game, Heath. They're going to get up there, and they might not get started right away, but their starting pitcher is going to be decent. Their relief pitcher is going to be pretty good. And then once they get rolling, it's just going to be hit after hit after hit after hit after run after hit after run. Just like that, it's 10-5. They got 10 hits.
We saw a lot of it after the Brewers went up quickly, 4-0 after 2 innings. And we thought, all right, might be all Brewers today. But Renner just kind of held in there, weathered the storm, and has taken control of the game ever since that bottom of the third where they trailed by 2 after 3. But again, played 4 runs, including that grand slam that took the lead 6-4. Brewers have only struck back with a run in the top of the 6th. Crowd continues to fill up here at Cadwell Park as well. I know a lot of fans are looking forward to that second championship game, the Class B game. Platte and Del Rapids. Del Rapids, a great baseball team that Cole mentioned it during our broadcast earlier. Struggled to get out of their district tournament, which was maybe a surprise. But ever since then, they have been on a tear, including defeating last year's state title winner. Also finding a way to squeak out a victory last night in extra innings against Garrettson. Dispatch the Millbank Fire Chiefs by 10 runs. Got an opening round win against Elkton 5-3. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout for Arndt, his second strikeout in relief. As he got Borges to swing and miss. Excuse me. Got Borchard to swing and miss. Now Aiden Ladd will step up to bat. Let them wrong be there. An RBI and a walk. Ladd is 0 for 3 in the ball game and is now stealing over to second. Slides in safely. Let's check it out back here on the instant replay. Good glove there.
Pretty good pop time.
Yeah.
Just really good running.
Dubanoski, the new catcher who came in after the changes with Sam Byer, who was gone. Again, he got tossed. The 1-0, it's fouled. Siegel chases after it, and he's going to catch it right next to the dugout. He has been giving chase to balls like that all game long and is finally rewarded for an out. It's actually his second out that he has caught in foul territory. So Ladd is now 0 for 4 in the ball game. Has now stepping up will be Adam Durfee, the third baseman for Renner. 10-5. As Durfee is 1 for 1 in the ball game, fouls off the first pitch he sees. He's been walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch. Does have an RBI with his only hit of the ball game. Has not scored yet for Renner. The 0-1. This one fouled off. Kind of the same spot as the last one. 0-2 now the count. If we get to it, Ryan Hander, the first baseman, will step up to bat. Runner at second base is Rosencrantz, the right fielder for Renner. The 0-2, this one put out into left center, and this will easily fall in for an RBI. The second RBI of the ball game for Durfee. He's 2 for 2 and gets the stand-up double. For Renner, they now lead it 11-5 over the Sioux Falls Brewers. As now Hander will step up to bat. So again, runner now on second base is Durfee. As Hander waits for the first pitch. You'll see it, pop it up. It's in foul territory once again. Dive, missed it just off the front of his glove was Siegel. He was trying to make it 2 outs in this inning in foul territory. He'll dust off the white pants and run back to the first base spot. Again, he's already caught 2 in foul territory, 4 outs. Was trying to make it the hat trick and can't quite do so. For Renner, 11 runs on 11 hits in the ballgame. The Brewers have committed 4 errors. 0-1, pops this one up to shortstop, Strum. Punches his glove, will put up the glove for out number 3. But Renner adds another run to their 6-run lead, 11-5 as we head to the top of the 8th. We're back in a moment on LiveTicket.Tv. Experience the enduring legacy of Castlewood Farms Elevator, a farmer-owned cooperative that has served the ag community for more than a century. Dedicated to enhancing efficiency and offering superior services, they provide a comprehensive range of crop nutrition, protection products, commercial fertilizer, and livestock feed. Visit CastlewoodElevator.com or give them a call today. Your ultimate destination for agriculture needs is Castlewood Farmers Elevator.
Discover a piece of Americana at Cohn's Corner, a renowned 1920s rural gas station turned firearm haven in the upper Midwest. Since 2004, their updated store has preserved nostalgia with gas pumps and snacks for travelers alongside a selection of 2,500 firearms. Purchase in-store or through Charlie for global delivery. They buy single guns, entire collections, and offer trades. Whether you're a collector or looking to sell, they've got you covered. Cohn's Corner, proud sponsor of Castlewood Youth Athletics and Events.
At Heartland State Bank, our customers are at the center of everything we do. Heartland State Bank is a family-owned community bank and here for you. We have an experienced lending staff for fast, local decisions. Heartland State Bank offers competitive rates and is proud to provide uptown services with a hometown touch. With 4 locations in Redfield, Tulare, Wessington, and Highmore, we aspire to support the communities we live and work in. Heartland State Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the 8th inning here at Cadwell Park. The Brewers trail by 6. The answer is no. They have disappeared. First pitch popped up to left field, and that one is out number 1. TJ Miller is out as he saw the very first pitch. As Schmidt has done a good job here in this ball game. That's the 5th out now that he has gotten by just throwing 1 pitch. As now stepping up will be Drew Sokup, the left fielder, who will step up to bat. This pitch is outside. Sokup is going to be hit by a pitch. I was just going to say he's 0 for 3 in the ball game, but he takes the hit by pitch and he'll be aboard.
Still is 0 for 3.
Yep, absolutely. As now Jack Sutton, the DH, will step up to bat. Sutton is 2 for 3 today. First pitch in for a called strike. Again, Schmidt in relief action has gone through 5 1/3. We do see multiple Renner pitchers currently warming up in the bullpen. We did also see at one point Schmidt early in this game have someone warming up immediately behind him. He has found himself comfortable in relief so far this afternoon. Has not needed to be replaced. In foul territory, and this one will go all the way, no one able to catch up to it. Also for the Brewers, they do have somebody warming up as well.
Action in both bullpens.
We'll see if maybe they don't make the quick change.
Who? Which team?
The Brewers in the bottom of the 8th. If you have a good relief pitcher, come on, get quick 3 and then just say, hey, let the offense roll from there. 34 and 30, both warming up for Renner.
That is David Borchert and Cole Kramer.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Schmidt in the ball game. 4 strikeouts for him combined. 6 strikeouts for Renner. As now will be Joe Kolbeck, the right fielder, who will step up to bat. Kolbeck is 1 for 3 today. Cole point to some notes for me. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate the note. That's how we communicate. We don't have the little fancy board. We can just mute ourselves and then talk.
Yeah, that's true. We do that a lot.
We do have a lot of nice things over in Vermilion, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I wonder where that is for the old State Am.
College Strike. Yeah, there is, I believe, a second board that existed. Also, I did provide my board for services, and I was told no.
Oh.
1-2 to Kolbeck with the runner on first for the Brewers. The 1-2 goes foul. Also has little fancy buttons that make little sound effects that you always like pushing.
I do. I do.
You like to hear that little laugh track or the little trombone one in there?
I usually play the laugh track after I say a joke and then you go silent.
1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Swing, no foul.
Speaking of our Vermilion games, you about ready to get started with that again?
I did send you the schedule on Friday.
It's right around the corner.
I can't believe they're already here.
It's unreal.
I'm thinking, cool. I was actually thinking just yesterday, Friday.
So 2 days ago.
2 days ago. That we should do a game on the 23rd, a warm-up game.
Which game?
I don't know. That's as far as my thought got, and we'll continue that thought later on. Swing and a miss that will end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Schmidt. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Renner leads it over Sioux Falls Brewers 11-5. That's on the way next, the top of the 9th. Or excuse me, bottom of the 8th on LiveTicket.Tv.
They seem like the smallest town in South Dakota, so how could it have everything you need when you may find yourself in the middle of nowhere? But at Canova Service Center, whatever you may need in the middle of nowhere, that's where they are. Fencing, lumberyard, hardware, oil changes, tire sales, and repair. Rental equipment, feed bunks, cattle shelters, convenience store, and more. So no, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's the Canova Service Center.
We're your local one-stop shop. This is Angela, owner and operator of Amcota Farm and Home Center. From the DIYers, fixer-uppers, to contractors, we have what you need to get the job done. Building supplies, Valspar paint, and tools, Crystal X tubs, fencing supplies, and bog boots for your farm needs. We know how busy life can get. We offer delivery to make your life easier. Amcota Farm and Home Center on Dakota Avenue in Wessington Springs. Big city value.
If you love being outside, solving problems, and working with your hands, apply now at James Valley Landscape Solutions. James Valley offers on-the-job training in all aspects of the green industry, with modern equipment and technology and competitive pay. Benefits include overtime pay, healthcare, dental, vision, and more. Apply now at jamesvalleylandscape.com or in person at 600 West Spruce in Mitchell.
Bottom of the 8th. It's 11-5. Renner leads over Sioux Falls Brewers.
I just wanted to say, while we had a chance here, just a big shout-out to our crew down in the truck tonight. Charlie Preen manning all the cameras. All the camera shots you're getting. We got this one in center field. We got the ones down the line. And then Jody Brozick, the man behind the master controller, down there in the production truck. Just want to give a big shout-out to them, too.
First pitch is going to be lined out to left field as Max Baggs is able to get a hold of it, but not enough. Also, shout out to Charlie Preen, playing through the flu game right now. He said he's feeling a little underneath the weather. He came up today earlier to see me. He said, I'm just not feeling it. I thought, all right, Charlie, had a good night. Hey, we had a good night. No, it's not feeling the best.
No, he'll let you know when that's the case, but you just not feeling the great. I feel like that's kind of been going around here lately. I know yesterday PA announcer JVG was feeling a little under the weather. And
here is the thing, too, Cole, is we do see Chaz Palmer up to bat. 0-1, they count to him. Make sure you guys are getting your vitamin C when you guys are doing as much work as we are right now. It's constant go, go, go. When the sleep comes down, make sure you get that vitamin C up. It'll help boost the immune system.
I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. I don't know how I naturally obtained vitamin C. I didn't pay attention in health class, okay?
You get that.
Sorry, Coach Deinert.
You get that through eating fruit, Cole, and I have a feeling that you're not a big fruit type of guy.
Oh, I love fruit.
Swing and a miss, and another strikeout, and there's 2 away.
I just had a bunch of watermelon this morning.
That is true. There's plenty of fruit at the Large Farms.
Yes. We have a lot of peaches. You want peaches?
I do love peaches.
We have, I'm not kidding you, like 50.
I don't know if that's a lot. It's a good amount. I don't know if it's a lot.
No, it's a lot. We got 2 boxes of them. That's like half of what we had.
Swing and a miss.
You know what peaches are really good for? Peach cobbler.
Ben
We have some of that, too.
Is up to bat, the left fielder. 0-1. This one over a shortstop. Strum grabs, throws to first in time for out number 3. It's 1-2-3 in order. So the Brewers will come up in the top of the 9th as they're down to their final 3 outs. That is on the way here on LiveTicket.Tv. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator is a proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator has been servicing the Mount Vernon area for over 75 years. See them for your agronomy and feed needs, no matter the farming season. They will take care of all your grain handling needs as well. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator would like to wish the Mustangs and all the teams best of luck at the state tournament.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Each family's needs are different and special. Will Funeral Chapel will listen with sensitivity, answer all questions, and respect your choices. The Will Funeral Chapel staff can assist you in planning and coordinating all the details. They will explain all the different options to make you feel at ease and most comfortable with all the decisions. Find out more by visiting their website at willfuneralchapel.com. Their sincerest hope is that you and your family will be comforted by their efforts. Back here at Cadwell Park as we move into the top of the 9th inning. The Renner Monarchs lead it by 6 over the Sioux Falls Brewers 11-5. You're just tuning in to find the State B championship game between Platte and Del Rapids PBR. That is still about 40 minutes away or so, as we will have kind of final awards after this game, including state titles to be crowned. It looks like right now it's going to be Renner, as the 0-1 is over the head of Erkey. It looked like that was going to be caught by Erkey for the first out, but instead Johnson, who is 0 for 4 in the ballgame, is able to get a leadoff double. Also, Schmidt is still out there in relief. We did see at one point Renner warming up 2 different pitchers.
Yeah, it was. Did you say the names of them? Sorry.
I did not see the names.
It was David Borchert and Cole Kramer out there in the bullpen earlier.
And again, they are not warming up anymore. I think some of us thought that they would see at least one of them come in and try to end this ball game, get the save, if you will. But do not see that. Now we need a lot of runs here from Sioux Falls Brewers. As now up to bat is Charlie Dubinowski, the new catcher. The 1-0 fouls this one off to the backstop. 1-1 the count. Again, runner is at second base for the Brewers. They need 6 to tie, 7 to take the lead. It seems like it's a huge ask, but we have seen comebacks so far here at the state tournament.
Yes, we have, and we also seen this Brewers team put up some pretty big numbers so far in this tournament.
So you're saying there's a chance.
13-3, 13-8, and 10 are the runs they've put up so far. So they've got a couple more in them based on just on their tournament average.
This one outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Platte, Del Rapids, PBR coming up at least a half hour after the conclusion of this one. Might be a tad bit longer, but we'll have the coverage for you right here on LiveTicket.Tv. Crowd continues to file in here at Cadwell Park as well. Everyone wants to see that game. We have seen the weather, the rain move out of the area. We saw rain in this one. Never stopped, though. And now Dubinowski puts one up the middle, and rounding third is Johnson. And the Brewers have the first.
There's one.
You only need that one to get everything going.
Yep. Now we're going to get a runner at first.
As now
we can get the production truck to get the first base camera so we can get the runner.
As now it will be Sam Siegel who is up to bat. I believe that's Dubinowski that will go over there to run. The other Dubinowski, if I'm correct.
I think so.
Oh. (1-0). This one fouled off.
Production truck, can we get a first base shot? 9, there we go. That is Andrew Glovich, the runner at first.
Okay, I apologize.
That's all right, you're okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you so hard. I forgive you.
Oh, is that you hitting me? I thought it was just a fly landed on me. Oh, wow, last time I heard that joke, I fell off my dinosaur. 2-1 the count, nobody out. Brewers have gotten a run here in the top of the 9th inning.
What?
You've never heard that joke before?
I've heard a lot of jokes from you that I haven't laughed at.
2-1, called in for a strike, 2-2 the count. Again, Siegel is up to bat. Schmidt taking his time. It's in Del Rapids, PBR off in the distance. Going through stretches of warm-ups.
You can also see, right now behind home plate, a lot of fans rolling in.
This one, a shot that's going to go out into right field as he got right by the courtesy runner. And Cole, 3 straight hits, and now there's going to be a conversation here for Renner. It seems like it's all too easy. Just we need 3 outs. We have 6 runs to give up, and all of a sudden, it seems like the Brewers have a lot of something brewing at the moment.
Yeah, this mound is just going to be one of those where you're talking to your guys and just saying, you know what, we're fine right now because these 2 runs equal runs 7 and 8, and guess what? We have 11. So just don't worry about them at all. They're probably going to want to take second and third to get in scoring position. Just got to focus on giving them hard pitches to hit, and then just make a play on the infield or outfield whenever you get the chance.
14 hits in the ball game for the Brewers. Offense is not something they have lacked. As now stepping up to bat, James Borges, the second baseman.
1 for 4.
This one is low. It is. Yeah, I don't know what I was listening to up here in the press box. I got confused there. I was like, I'm not
even sure what you said.
I think they were saying that it might be a batting change, which makes sense. Bring in some pitch hitters. But again, I like this Brewers offense by no means. You don't need to switch things out if you're them. Keep it going. Borges is 1 for 4 here today. Runners at first and second, looking at a 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch. Trying to frame this one up. Can't do so. 3-0. If anything, I'm looking at Schmidt, the pitcher here, up to 94 pitches today in relief. Might make a look to change him out. But again, no one warming up the bullpen. Doesn't mean you can't bring someone out of the dugout, though, to go throw. Automatic strike on the 3-0 count. 3-1. This one, ball 4. Kicks the dirt. And we will see now, as I mentioned, someone come out of the dugout without warming up anymore. And a pitching change is going to be made. Bases are loaded. 11-6. Nobody out. Top of the 9th. The new pitcher coming up here in just a moment on LiveTicket.Tv.
Are you in need of high-quality lumber for your next project? Looking for top-notch agronomy services to keep your crops thriving? Need a reliable source of propane and fuel for your home or business? Look no further than Tabor Lumber Co-op. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a DIY enthusiast, Tabor Lumber Co-op has everything you need to get the job done right. And with their competitive prices and top-notch customer service, you'll be glad you chose Tabor Lumber Co-op for all your lumber, propane, and agronomy services.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
With the musical Wild Thing playing in the background, we have a pitching change here in the championship game. Top of the 9th, bases are loaded, nobody out. The Brewers down by 5. They've already had a run here in the top of the 9th, trying to make a comeback here. The fat lady hasn't sung yet, as Ian Strum, the shortstop, will step up to bat for the Brewers. It's Eric Brothers, the new pitcher for Renner, trying to finish this game off. Throws this one in for a called strike. Schmidt, done after 6 innings complete. His official numbers aren't done yet, as he is still responsible for the runners on all the bases. This one in for a called strike, 1-2. And now Strum will take a step out of the batter's box in frustration, digs back in. Strum is 1 for 3 so far today. Just the only hit. Does not have an RBI, does not have a run. The 1-2, this one over to second. Mix goes to second, out at second. Throw to first is in time on the double play. A run scores, but there is quickly 2 down for the Sioux Falls Brewers. Great play by JT Mix, the second baseman, to go to second, and a great throw by Baggs over to Hander at first base for the second out. Again, a runner scores, making it 11-7, and Siegel stands on third base. As now up to bat will be TJ Miller, the third baseman for the Sioux Falls Brewers. 11-7. This one's swing and miss. These two teams combined for 18 runs a year ago, with the Brewers getting the victory for the state title. 18 runs again this year. split this regular season 1-1. Now the best of 3 on the 1-1 looks like it's going to belong to Renner as this one is caught by Erke out in left field. And the Renner Monarchs hugs all around as Renner is crowned state champions once again. Congratulations to the Renner Monarchs. They are your 2024 Class A state champions here at Cadwell Park. Doggy pile just off the pitching mound. Your final score, 11-7. Renner gets the victory over the Sioux Falls Brewers. Renner wins their 23rd state title. Cole, Renner had the battle back to win this one. Great performance for them just to stick with it, really get the offense going, and from there, never looking back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, right at the start, we look at it, and Sioux Falls Brewers scored 2 in the first and 2 in the second. We're thinking to ourselves, okay, I mean, here we go. I mean, we knew this is how the Sioux Falls Brewers team was going to be. They're really good offensively, and then all of a sudden it just started to slow down for them. And then all of a sudden, through the sprinkles and rain, they got a couple walks and then a grand slam to take that 6-2 lead. And then from there, it was just all Renner in control. They showed that there's a reason they're here all the time. Like I said, 23rd state championship. It's unreal what they've been able to do and been able to accomplish, and that's why they're here all the time.
You mentioned it. The grand slam was certainly a part of the springboard that allowed them to get 10 straight runs to take at one point a 10-4 lead. The Brewers answer back with a couple runs in the top of the 9th, but never enough, as Renner, as just mentioned, gets their 23rd state title on the Class A side by the final score of 11-7. As now coming up, we'll have the award ceremony for both Sioux Falls Brewers and Renner, and then after that, we'll prepare the diamond and get you set for the Class B side between Platte and Del Rapids PBR. Cole, before we say our final comments, I want to get you a quick outlook on that one. What should we expect in that State B game?
It's going to be a really good game in the State B championship game. I mean, you look at PBR and what they've had to come through, struggled a little bit in their district tournament, came out in that last chance game out of the Corn Belt League. Platte kind of had a pretty good regular season, then a really good district tournament, got to the championship game before they fell to Winter Cologne. It's basically just a tale of 2 different seasons for these 2 teams, and when you think about it, and the games that we've seen so far just in this tournament, they've already played 4. It should be a really good 5th and final contest in the 37th game of the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament here at Cadwell Park. It's going to be a full house. It's going to be really entertaining, and it should be some really entertaining baseball as well in that game. Set to start about 20 minutes ago. It'll start in about probably 40 minutes or so to get everything going and get awards and get the field ready. So
yeah, if you're tuning in and you're trying to figure out when the next that first pitch is going to be, I would say right around 3:15 or so. Get yourself tuned in for that pregame show before looking at first pitch around 3:20, 3:30 in that area. Before we say goodbye, quick little look. It will be Schmidt who will take the win for the Renner Monarchs. He pitches 6 innings complete, giving up 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, walked 1, and struck out 5. Taking the loss will be Sutton as he pitched 3 2/3 complete, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, all earned, walked 7, and struck out 4. But again, Renner is your 2024 Class A champions, defeating the Sioux Falls Brewers 11-7. For Jody Brozick, who was our producer, Charlie Preen, our cameraman, our colorman, Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. We'll step aside when we come back here on LiveTicket.Tv. It's the 92nd annual South Dakota State B championship game between Del Rapids PBR and Platte Killer Tomatoes. That is on the way on LiveTicket.Tv.